just push the button. Hopefully now. Now is the time. Life is good, but it can be better.
Why isn't the internet instant? Why do things take time?
Because it's internet, not instant net.
Yep.
It's like
Also,
that scene
it's
in
because things don't happen simultaneously, Scott. They happen sequentially.
It's like that scene in Futurama where it's like, what, 7 seconds for delivery? God.
There's a microwave joke like that in The Simpsons as well, where it's, they make a joke about trying to make so it's like, Homer's waiting for food, and he's like, Marge, how long will it be? And she goes, it'll take 7 seconds. He's like, God, isn't there anything faster than a microwave? And it's just, sequential.
Says the guy who literally works in the nuclear power.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I have subbed for 6 months.
Indeed you have, buddy. Indeed you have. Congratulations. Woohoo! Look at that. And look, welcome to the fan base. And it's Tilda with a fan.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
These things make me so happy.
Good hello everybody and welcome to the Keepers of the Golden Gate session 75. The countdown to me retiring is now on, and it's the 8th of January 2021. Something else about the intro, and here are the players.
Hiya, I'm Adrian and I play Arya Bluebird, the half-elf druid.
Hello. Oh shit! Oh, I struck my time.
Don't worry, we'll edit this in post.
It's Sean, aka Bastiel, Warforged Cleric.
Hi guys, I'm Scott. I'm playing Crumbar, who is a half-orc paladin.
Hello, my name is Alex. I play Riz, who is an elven monk from Elfland.
Hi, I'm Callie, and I'm playing Serene, who is a Furbolg Ranger.
Excellent. And that's right, folks, you didn't miss an episode. This is a new player. So, for the folks at home, what do you all remember from last time?
Doom!
Yep, sure.
We finally had our private conversation with Astoria.
Yes.
Yep. Which it started off actually with Riz being yeeted away to Shadowland and getting a wee box for her. And we found out a bit more about the shadow. Yeah, and it was like our wee trinket things were all in the box.
Yeah, our bracelet.
Yeah, that it all ran away.
Her bracelet.
So, yep.
That was fun. Then we had some banter, and then Eremos decided to shiver. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. Anything else that anybody else remembers?
The shadow person I met sort of pointed towards being the Prince of Shadows who branded me. And that how he was his goals were linked with Eremos's, or he was using Eremos in some way to set up the temple,
yeah, but I don't think you've told
rule
us
of the
this
occult.
person.
No, I'm reflecting on the this is what I experienced, sort of thing.
It happened.
Yeah, exactly. This is it.
So I think some of that's inaccurate. I think the shadow person entity thing said their goals aligned with Celeste.
Celeste.
Oh yeah.
No,
But he was using Eremos to
Oh,
get there, because of his power or something. Going.
Yeah, well, I think what's going on there is like, my goals align with Celeste because they both want the Black Fang Spear. I think they both want it though for different reasons. I think Celeste wants to try and make sure that nobody uses it, and he's obviously wanting it to kill off people like Justoria and the Wizard, not the Wizard King, the Dwarf King, and also So kind of the Elf Queen, but didn't really manage it.
Yeah, but don't forget I did an augury, which would have been through Celeste, and it said that the box wouldn't bring Justoria Ruin. So there's that. Unless it means,
Yeah,
it means
Unless
that
what?
we would turn the situation around, meaning the box would try to kill her, but it would get her some nice companions in the process.
Mm.
I don't know.
unless it's trying to be a red herring and distracting us from the fact it's like, why would I try and kill the person I just gave a gift to?
I don't know.
I think what
No,
Shan
but-
means in that regard, though, Scott, is that he asked Celeste, "How's this gonna go?" And she said, "It's all right, fine." And and that is what he's referring to, not so much what Shadow Guy's intentions with the box were, if that makes sense. Because
Hmm.
you know, Riz appeared and went, "Shadow Guy gave me this for her. How do you feel about it?" And Bastiel's like, 2 seconds, I'll phone my boss. And then
Yeah.
he phoned Celeste, and she's like, "That sound."
Yeah. Um,
Also,
I mean,
Shadow
all-
Guy-
All that was in
Oh,
character, obviously, right? All of us
Yeah.
like that was all good.
also, the whole Eremos clearly exists on a different timeline.
Mm.
Mhm.
You know, with the whole he's been older and younger and upper
Yeah.
and downer and
Get her and out her. And shake it all about her.
exactly.
And the Shadow Guy had this cool effect where he would cut where he's like sort of pass an
Mm.
ethereal blade through my throat. Nothing would happen. But then when he drew the blade or tilted it,
Mhm.
it started to rip into my throat like it was cutting me. Like he
You
had
like
the.
that, did you?
he-
You really like that?
I'm
huh?
describing.
Hey, hey, Bastiel, don't kink shame Riz, okay?
Jesus Christ! Something triggered in your head, buddy. Just say that. That's what it is. It's you.
Hey, don't kink shame each other. This is a safe space, okay?
Uh,
Please continue sharing your sexual fantasies with us, Riz.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it, right?
Oh dear. Anyway, repressed unexplored feelings aside, yes, there was a seemingly time-delayed cut on Riz's throat to almost ensure that things would be done as agreed between him and Shadow Guy.
mhm.
They also seemed to help with Mark, which was nice.
Yeah. Mark's in my spear.
Mhm,
Then
mhm.
turn that around.
Nobody would turn anything around, it's just the way it needs to be.
Okay, cool. and what was I gonna say? It's also it didn't click for some reason, but like the shadow guy, Shadow Prince of Shadows, turned up, you know, and then straight after, like they had a connection with Eremos, and then straight after Eremos turned up. Ooh,
What's the chances? It's almost like somebody's
Oh,
wrote
what
something
are
about
the
this in the background of the story somewhere.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Yeah, Eremos is like aging rapidly. What if he is Mark? Mark is like final evolution.
Oh,
Oh, imagine.
Fuck.
And if you do believe he's some kind of god tier weapon, then when he said he fell from above, maybe some god of making spears just dropped him. Yeah.
What if Old Man Jet's actually?
They don't know who Old Man Jet is.
Oh, no, they do.
I think
damn
Bastiel
it.
does, but and obviously Arya. But I think Bastiel had a brief meeting with him. The old
I'm just
doddering
shaking
guy.
my head here.
He's such a lad.
He is. That is what he's known as in the Golden Order. He is a lad. Yeah. Old Man Jet. The mascot of the Golden Order, I guess.
Jay.
So, if that is everything that you want to recall,
Yeah, I'm kind of worried how this is going to be. Oh, we dinged as well. That was a thing.
yes.
Level 9.
Oh yeah. And Justoria transformed into demon form when she got stabbed.
Yeah.
She got flung aside.
And she got destroyed.
Very much strong.
He's a strong boy. Yeah. Yep. Just don't underestimate spear combat. It's more impressive than you'd maybe first think. But yes, so let us review the goals that are in place just now. Like, clearly they've been well developed since the 18th of December. We
With
have,
sword.
and my favourite goal that has been ever in the chat here. Talk to Brotherhood of Pa to gain information about Pa about the Rod Horizon. Pa.
Yeah.
It doesn't even say information anymore. Like, just not. Yeah. Anyway, no T.
My bad, I didn't see that one.
It's okay. It's glorious. The thing is that now I'm thinking, was it always like that? Have I just always added the T mentally? But yeah. And then we've got find Ermos's location. We have ask Celeste for her take on Ermos's intentions. We have release the Great Goldworm from prison, as per the inverted commas. And we have establish a base of operations in the Horizon area, ideally with the help of charisma. The character, not the stat. I imagine they might both come into play. Personal goals. Arya has find out who is trying to kill these personalities and why. Said personalities being people like the Dwarf King, the Elf Queen, and Justoria.
Yep.
Almost old worldly radio man there. Bastiel has familiarized himself with the red, so he can perv on the red, as per scrying. And then we have Grumbar's make amends with Donderbella, and then we have Riz, which is find out if the Prince of Shadows is controlling Eremos. And we will see if Serene Grove manages to fathom anything that's going on by the end of the session, or is perhaps more confused, as sometimes we all are, by the end, to see if we can get a goal from her as well. But it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Regardless of that, though, that is our goals in place for the session. So yeah, I think we'll reframe the last one where Justoria was talking about how lovely everything was and how great everything was, and can't wait to retire the next day. And then a spear appeared through her chest. She screamed, contorted, and transformed into a demon Justoria, flickering between herself and it, and screaming in agony. And then her being lifted off the ground with the spear tip, and then tossed to the side to the ground, and then Eremos staring back at the group, very carefully takes a look at the group, and as per the last piece of audio, vanishes, leaving you in the gardens. So yeah, what do you do?
I mean, bit of a dick move.
Arya will immediately go straight to the princess and do that thing that people do and check for a pulse, try to see help with something. And
So when you get,
do I need a medicine check to realize that she's dead?
so
Bastiel's assistant.
get closer, and it's obviously demon Justoria as opposed to Justoria. And
It's fine, she's not hurt me in this shape. I'm not afraid of her.
And when you get closer, you can see that there's energy cascading over her skin, and the skin itself seems to be rippling and shifting subtly, almost looking into an oil pool. When you get closer, so my question, charged as it may sound, is: do you touch her?
What's
Did
your
your line
question?
just die here? Because you said a question, then I
Oh,
didn't
did
hear
it?
nothing.
Did it edit me out? I said
It let you in. Charge does it.
maybe. Yeah. So charged as my question may be: do you make contact, aka do you touch her?
Poke her with a stick.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll let Bastiel touch her.
It's fine.
Sacrificial lamb.
Metal can't become demonic, right?
Well, I have skin that I can burn if she's.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put that in because I thought it was really funny. So anyway. Oh dear.
Oh, so much lamb.
Oh dear. Anyway. Yep, every day the best gifts are the sexy lamp gifts. That's right. But yes, so you lean out to make contact with her, and like the skin seems to be reacting to you, like reaching it, like to touch it, like, almost like it's pulling away, like rippling, as if there's some kind of effect from your proximity.
Pulling away.
Like pulling, as in PWL. So like ripples.
Oh, okay.
Yes, not
Okay.
PULL.
It's like magnetic repulsion. Like what the hell? Okay. Bastiel, he's kind of. I guess he would have gone to his knees if she's on the floor, so he can be at the same level.
He just
He
lies
sees
down.
this happening. Yeah. He's also conscious of probably the like sheer weight on Arya's mind from seeing this happen to Justoria in particular. So he looks up and, in a reaction to this like strange magical phenomena, he looks as if he really needs help with this one. He has no idea. This is magic stuff. He doesn't, he doesn't understand this kind of arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Have you touched her, just out of curiosity? Did anything happen?
I've tried to, but her like flesh is rippling and pulling around my fingers, I guess.
Oh. Well, I think what Arya would do, right, is she'd just like want to cast the spell anyway, like above Justoria to cast Revivify. I can't remember if you need to touch her for it.
Paste it in, you'll find it.
But she would definitely wish to. Huh, that's odd. One sec.
Is it not on your list?
For some stupid reason, it isn't. I don't.
It's
know
because
why,
it's a
I didn't
granted
get it as
spell,
part of,
and it'll be why, because the sheets have been interestingly odd recently.
Brains
Okay.
touch.
So it is touch. Fuck. This is bad. Is there any part of her that looks still solid? I'm thinking maybe where the
Touchable.
skull is, or where he, like, because if the skin like pulls away from you, I'm thinking maybe perhaps if the flesh kind of moves away from you, then maybe the bits that are like quite obviously bone wouldn't.
It's entirely up to you to explore this, right? So you tell me what you want to do,
Yeah,
and then we'll see
okay.
what happens.
I will try to touch a part of her that is not necessarily skin and flesh, but like, that's more likely to have bone closer
Because
to the
keep
surface.
in mind
So
the
something like
the
maybe the
headpiece,
shoulder or the
headpiece that she kind of seems
That
to
one.
like be sporting now. If I can find, where is it? Up in there,
Oh.
J's.
she's a bit horny.
What?
Where is the demon edition of her? Where is this? I've shared it so many times, and because of the organizational structure of this now, it's a mess. Demon. Nope. I
Princess
can't.
Justoria demonic form?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see it.
I mean, I
Yeah.
can't. So can you just give me a rough idea of where that is?
Although Princess
It's
Justoria?
in the
It's okay.
yeah.
It starts
It's
with a
under
P.
the
There we
photos
go.
that we have for.
Starts with a P. There we go. There we go. So I can share that for everybody. We're bam. So that headpiece is looking mighty solid.
Okay, that's what I will try to touch
You
then.
can also see the kind of energy cascading off her in this image, which is nice.
But yeah, so I'll want to touch her and I'll be like, Princess Justoria, can you hear us? We're trying to help. And with the other hand, Arya is kind of like, when you have something and you have a million pockets and you're almost like, it looks like you're feeling yourself up because you're like touching all of your pockets to see where the hell you've put that thing. So she's doing that, and she's turning kind of like a little bit towards her shoulder where Rhea is, and then turns to her and says, try to find Magna, try to let him here, okay? And she eventually like finds the crystals and says, oh, Princess, I did not think we would have to use these for you, but it's a good thing that we have them. And she'll like kind of like have the crystal in one hand and almost like hold it like right on top of that like crown like structure. Well, not headpiece.
Yeah, the crest,
whatever
if you will.
To call it. And she goes, well, okay, so I've not done this before. Better work. I have the feeling it could work. Please work. and then she's kind of like gonna start doing the spell. Like it kind of looks like from her hands there's like some sort of like fire that like engulfs the diamond.
Mhm.
And my idea is that like she kind of like essentially touches the diamond to her headpiece, and that's obviously if it starts working or as the spell is trying to work, she'll be the magic will kind of want that sort of like almost like flames, but not really. They kind of look like flames, but obviously wouldn't burn, to like spread all over Justoria, and then obviously when it's done to like come back to her head and everything to be okay. That's kind of how I imagine this working. Just saying.
While
Yeah.
But
so while this is happening, I would just be kind of walking up and just I'd be standing behind Arya, just kind of looking over it and just being like, "What the hell is going on?" But more so as well, just so that she's in range of that.
Sure.
oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And I want to cast Guardian of Faith over Justoria. Her head. Protect us.
Mm. Okay, so a large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration over an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. The guardian occupies the space and is indistinct except from a gleaming sword and shield emblazoned with the symbol of the deity. I mean, ironically, that would probably look like Crumbar's sword then, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Any-
I just like how I'm doing something subtle, and you're like, "Bring forth the angels."
Thanks, BMX Bandit, but have we considered summoning the angels? Every cleric and fighter combo
Yeah, for
ever.
once, Crumbar's the one doing something like quite understated.
Let's see. So any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the guardian. Dex saving throw. The creature takes radiant damage. Blah 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 blah. Okay, interesting. It's quite a cool spell. So you kind of just put that next to like what the other side
Over her
of.
looking down like dentist lights on this operating situation.
Mm. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. It does say on my quest. I think it needs to go like if it was a, if this was a map with squares on it. If Justoria is in this square, you're in that square. Adri's here. Crumbar is like diagonally there. I think it can go like there, for example, or any other one that's adjacent to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can like lean
bigger
on.
we.
Yeah, very huge. Now, didn't I tell you that when you level up to level 9, you change like 9 times the
You
size.
become an ocean monster.
That'd be a great name for a character. What's your name? Oh, I'm Ocean Monster. My parents were hippies. Okay. So dumb. But yes, so everybody starts casting spells immediately, I guess, then, everybody tries to Captain Planet Justoria back together. Okay. While the
Like, some
birth
like
of
magical or magna, just a thing, but yeah.
yeah, so while the Vega Strip is being developed over there, what's everybody else doing?
So Riz will just still be like, obviously shocked by the whole scene. But will just draw his spear and just move to where the group is, just looking outward, like looking over his shoulder every now and then to check if everything's okay. But it's beyond his sort of spells and that malarkey. So I'm just like observing who's in the area, anyone that turns up. Like I'm ready for like anyone turning up, pretty much.
I think Arse approaches you, Riz, and
Completely surprised. Jesus Christ, where do you come from? No,
stabs her. Damn it! Sorry, don't jump me like that.
my reflexes are wired.
So Arse appears next to you, eating an apple. It's like,
Obvious.
this really escalated really quickly.
I'm gonna. Can I say to us? Can you help?
How? As they look at you, just like wide eyes.
Help Justoria?
With what?
Save her
From what?
from death?
She smile like again. They smile at you widely and go, "Death isn't something to be saved from. It's the next step."
Can we delay that step with your aid?
And Arth looks over at everybody else is like, looks very busy.
Oh, no.
And she offers you an apple.
I'll just say no, thank you.
Gives you like a funny look, like what? And then shrugs and kind of like puts the apple in her pocket. And they say, sadly, sometimes people just move on. And then he kind of stares at the group. And then we cut back to this Guardian of Faith that appears. Yeah,
Even
and
he rolls his eyes at that.
they scream, and the everyday mark off your spell slots for your Revivify and your Guardian of Faith, or your Goth, as it's known to the lads. Wichigi Goth appears, and what happens next is the body is wreathed in flames like some kind of Viking incredible funeral visual. The wave of heat that bursts forth from that is substantial, and you realise that maybe it isn't so much heat as just raw friction, and the heat's just a byproduct of that. The Guardian immediately stabs the sword through the demon Justoria.
No, it's not hostile to me.
What's not?
The story is not hostile.
Says who?
Oh, she's evil. Okay.
None of that's what I said. So.
If she's hostile to me, she can get it. Let's do this.
Technically, Justoria didn't move into the space, so.
So, the way this plays out is Arya's wrist gets grabbed by the big demon hand. You feel like a numbing sensation from your wrist as it's like slowly travels up your arm. And then like you see these kind of almost like red kind of vapory eyes that seem to like appear as if staring at you from the crest, like above the crested head. Separate to the body, and they're kind of like staring at you. Arya, I need you to make a wisdom save for me.
Oh, fuck. Whoa.
Sorry, I didn't hear. The line got disconnected. A what save?
Wisdom.
You'll get +2 on it.
Okay. Let's.
Oh, nice.
And yeah,
Back.
luckily Crumbar's buff.
That's probably one of the most, thankfully, that should be.
And that'll be 13 because of Crumbar.
I will use a point.
Okay, yeah, feel free to look if you want.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, that's 17. Okay,
Yeah.
that's better.
Okay. That was in fact a 17. So yeah, what happens now is the sequence of events is wreathed in flames, hand gets grabbed, or the wrist gets grabbed by Demon Justoria. As that happens, Guardian stabs through Justoria. And in your mind, Arya, you hear
Yes.
telepathically from, the Demon Justoria, you have to leave now. And then you feel like kind of like the numbness almost like tingling as if all the feelings coming back in a rush in your arm, to the point where your arm starts glowing.
Sorry, the demons. Shit.
You sticking with me? So your arm starts glowing because of this.
Yes.
You get knocked back just behind
Okay.
Crumbar and Bastiel, kind of between the two of them. The light seems to encompass both of them. They seem to be getting pulled in by the light. So is Riz. And
Is this the red light coming off Justoria?
no, this is all the light coming out of Arya's arm, where Justoria had once
Oh.
grabbed.
Right, okay.
And
okay.
all of yous vanish.
Did she just Pokemon us?
So, we cut over to a fairly unassuming Serene walking on her merry journey towards the forest, and suddenly a whole bunch of people just appear out of a rainbow light, and pretty much fall on top of each other.
What?
And you recognise most of them. The one in a suit with slightly curly permed blonde hair you don't recognise, and you don't recognise the dwarf lady, but you do recognise Arya, Bastiel, Riz, and Crumbar.
Bastiel would have been in the middle of screaming out, Arya, she's not herself, in response to his guardian. But if he'd been ported away, he'd scream it out now.
Yeah.
He'd just scream out to the
Wait,
forest.
so Arya
Where
came.
are we?
Arya came through her own wrist with us.
Crumbar's thoughts.
You go closest to yourself. It's therapy after the session.
Is my arm still looking funny?
No. It's still numb though.
Okay. First,
Arya's looking at it, like turning it this way. I'm kind of like, what the fuck?
first step, I am going to boop that on Arya. Like walk over to Arya and be like, "Are you okay?" And just eyes go all.
As he
glowy.
just screams, "Trust mode activated."
It's more so Arya's probably like, "Oh." Arya's probably like, "Oh shit! I know what happened to you last time." So.
Oh dear.
But yeah, any themed demonic-ish presence with in horror or
No,
Ooh.
unless anybody else has
No.
anything to declare in the group. If you just read Divine Sense, declare away.
it's like
Nah.
it's like who's that big scary demon guy that's a boss?
You obviously will sense Celestial from Ars.
Yeah. It was more the demonic stuff I was looking for. But no worries. Yeah, I'll probably just like, kind of hold an area under her elbow and just be like, "Are you okay?"
It's like, now you help her up, yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Mhm.
Hello. Well,
I'm
Why?
I'm sorry.
Who
On the
are you? Where are we? What
Um,
happened?
you're in the forest. I know you. I think. Well, Celeste kind of explained what you look like, so I think you're who I'm looking for. Or were you brought to me? I don't know. Hi. My name's Serene. It's nice to meet you.
Ars just
you-
waves.
How's it
to-
going?
Are we in?
So yeah, Ars turns to you and just waves. To give you a description of Ars, it is Tilda Swinton as Gabriel from Constantine in the suit.
Mhm.
That's it.
Can you describe your appearance?
I can.
That's Dondrabella.
I was going to say, so there is Dondrabella.
Wait a minute.
That's not me. Yeah. So I am a furbolg. So you can see a kind of 7 footish, just over 7 foot tall.
Jesus.
Okay,
Furbolg lady.
so you're like a tall boy.
I'm a tall boy. Yeah. And yeah, got kind of light greenish blue skin. I've got wheat blonde hair that's kind of long and plaited all the way down my back. So 2 plaits on each side going into one, finishing halfway down the back, and it's all kind of, it's not a clean braid. It's like kind of messy and all over the place. So she's got, well, you think it's quite odd. She smells oddly comforting. You're not sure whether you can quite make it out. Maybe rosemary, some kind of herb, but she smells nice, which is something you wouldn't expect for looking so kind of wild,
Yeah.
foresty.
Crumbar, can you roll nature for me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, recognize.
Can Arya try to figure out which forest we're in?
Sure, yeah.
That's kind of important.
Oh,
Ooh,
go me with my nat 20.
did it.
looks like easily could have been an orc maybe once long ago, but definitely different to an orc, is what your first impressions are, Crumbar, right?
Whoa.
There's something more,
Um,
like, the way Crumbar I think would think about it is there's something more elfin about this than an
right.
orc.
On that then, I in Orcish would be like greetings. Did Celeste send you to find us?
Sorry, I don't understand you. I don't know what you're saying. Sorry. Celeste sent me.
Just back in common, I'll just be like, oh,
Hmm.
you're not an orc then.
Bastia will say,
No.
and he'll cast guidance on her, and he'll say, "Welcome home."
What did Bastille do? Sorry, you're cut out a bit from me there.
Is everybody having
said,
audio
"Ah,
issues? Because I'm hearing everybody fine.
I didn't. Yeah.
I'm having audio issues as
Shan
well.
cut out a little bit there.
I'll type it in.
All I heard was Bastille says cast guidance.
Yeah.
I was like,
It says,
Okay.
welcome home and
Weird.
casts guidance. Yeah.
right, okay.
And yes, Arya, I did acknowledge that you wanted to know what forest you're in.
Gotcha. Yeah. Audio's not been great, so.
No, it's okay, I
Okay.
gotcha. I guess nature maybe for you then instead of survival, I think. Arya.
Damn it! Why can't it be survival?
It's a southern forest.
Can I?
Yeah, I'll ask Serene. I'll be like, whereabouts are we? I mean, we must have traveled some distance here, and I'm not exactly sure. I mean, feels like we're in some sort of a southern forest here, but we shouldn't be anywhere near that. We
Right.
were in. Was it called Horizon? Where we were? I think it was, right?
Yeah, we were like here. Horizon's
Yeah,
there,
but
isn't it?
No.
no, I like
It's the-
where we just were.
Oh.
I'm bad with geography, guys. I'm just asking name wise. Sorry.
Yeah, Horizon is where you were.
Yeah, so we were in Horizon minutes ago.
Yeah. To help you
Right,
out
do
for
I
this
know
one,
what forest
Kirsten,
we're in?
the thing is, how much would you know about the outside world? There's my question to you. How much would Serene know actually about, like, would you know what forests are called? Far away from your home? Right? So,
Whoa.
yeah. I feel like you answer how you want to now. Based on that.
Oh, so you're not from here. Okay, gotcha.
A southern forest? Maybe. I don't know. I'm sorry. I know
Oh,
my forest. We're not in my forest. We're in another
Oh.
forest. There's a lot of forests.
yes,
I love
there
that
are a
answer.
lot of forests. Goodness.
Mm.
You see, we kind of were in a little bit of an emergency, and then something happened, and there's a light that came out of this being that engulfed us all and dragged us here. So
And you fell from the
As-
sky.
yes,
From a
and-
rainbow,
And, as
yeah.
happy as I am to meet you, obviously I'm a bit, you know, my brain's a bit stuck on that because that was some fair bit of trouble that we were in, and oh goodness, I hope your story as well. I hope she gets back from that whatever shape she was in. I would have no idea if my spell actually worked, right? If it worked towards bringing her back.
It doesn't give you a yes or no, sadly. I mean, usually the results are obvious, though. Usually.
I mean, yeah, it grabs my arm, but I don't know if it's still like just story-wise. Like that's what
Mm.
I'm kind of saying. Like,
Mm.
but I'm
Um,
like, well, I
What
hope
about
that all she
your
needs to do
bird?
now is to just defeat it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, poor thing is probably stuck there.
Oh man.
Goodness. See, and I turn towards Serena. I'm like, well, I have a pet Pet hawk. Well, she's more than a friend than anything else, especially since I learned how to fly and we started playing together. And the thing is, like, I sent her on a little bit of a quest to find somebody and alert them of what had happened. And then obviously we, as you said, fell out of the sky. So this is not ideal.
You hear a
It's not
squawk
ideal.
from the bush she's landed in, and Ruya climbs out and seems to be adjusting its feathers.
Arya's face is just like pure joy. Like,
It seems
it's just like,
disgruntled.
there you are. Well, I'm so sorry. I did not. I mean, I could probably figure out if it's. I can try to see if I can speak to it and figure out if she was successful in finding what's his face?
Magna?
That
Plague
one.
The main character.
Except I can't. If I polymorph into a bird, can I speak to her in bird?
No.
Okay.
'Cause
in that case,
there
I
is,
don't
like,
have
there is no-
speaking with animals.
There is no language on their character sheet.
Called bird.
Fine, fine. I can't actually talk to her then.
Well, Druid, don't you have speak with animals?
Trying to figure out. I'm looking at my sheet. That's
Yeah,
something
because
that
you
I've
spoke.
not tried.
You, you spoke to dolphins before.
She would have to prepare it for the day, though.
It was not dolphins. It was actually dolphins as well. I was thinking of the camels.
Yeah.
Oh, the camels.
No, dolphins run the boat
Okay,
before the
so
camels.
I'll have to do that, but I have to, like, obviously a full day has to
Yeah,
pass.
and
And
here we go.
yeah.
There's no. Sadly, there's
So I
no
can't do
language
it now.
section on there.
it's fine.
Alas.
No,
I
no, it's
mean-
fine. I just thought I'd ask.
If you want, I could speak with your hawk.
Oh, can you?
Marvelous. Celeste provides.
Could you please? Damn it, Sean. I'll say. Well, I sent her a mission on a mission to find somebody called Magna and let him tell them to come here. But well, we were there. If you could please ask her if she found Magna, then that would be most appreciated.
Okay.
And I kind
Oh.
of like call her here, like I'll lift my arm and like kind of like make a little like noise towards Ruya, kind of like hoping that she would come straight to my arm so that she can like be more or less like face to face level with you.
Do you want to do maybe
Okay.
Come on,
animal
Rick.
handling
Come
for
on,
me?
sweetie.
Do you want to do animal handling for me, please? Yeah, you. Yep.
Yes. Let's see how horrible that is.
That's
Oh,
pretty good.
actually
Yeah.
decent.
Yeah. I think after some trepidation on Ruya's part, it eventually complies.
I'm like, I know, and I kind of like smooth her feathers a bit where they're out of space, out of place.
Yeah, it does that thing a cat does when
I
it
know it's
accepts that it
sweetheart.
likes affection. Okay.
Okay. So I can either just like regularly talk to them, but they won't be able to respond, or I can cast speak with animals. So it depends if I don't know if they've got some way of responding to you without talking.
Yeah.
Probably not. I'll just cast speak with them. It's fine.
Okay, do you want to click the button for me to put in
Yeah.
chat? Perfect. And then just mark off a spell slot, and we shall be sorted. Right, so for 10 minutes you gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. Knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited in their intelligence, but at minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations, monsters, including whatever they can receive or have perceived within the past day. You might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favour for you at the DM's discretion. Excellent. What do you say to Ruya?
Hello, Ruya.
Nope, you have to say it in bird.
Sorry, I haven't introduced myself. I'm Serene. It's nice to meet you. I'm kind of friends with Aya, I guess. I
Ruya
guess I
just
am
looks
now.
at Arya when you're saying this, and then looks back at you.
So yeah. So did you see Magna? Did you
No.
tell him what you were supposed to?
Ruya looks back at Arya, looks back at you, and then just says, "Green," and then jumps on you, like flaps over to you,
Very helpful.
and just starts like
Says green.
walking over your head, and like kind of like trying to like
Think
pull at
that's.
your hair.
I think that's yes. Maybe green seems good. Green's a good color.
Unless we're on about the green dragon. Magna was purple, not green. Or Magna wears purple, really, not green.
Yeah. I don't know what
Um,
green means, but then again, she's a bird. Like to
Stupid
her,
bird.
green means I stopped on the like pasture and had the little, few worms where the green was. That
Or-
sounds
or-
green.
or-
I saw something green.
Or she bumped into a dragon that is green.
Well, Serena's
maybe.
wearing green, right?
Serene's
Jump
skin
into
is
green.
also green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Oh
of
yeah, it might be me. Oh no.
I was wondering if that's the case, but I wasn't sure.
I think Ars speaks to Riz at this moment and goes, "So is this better or worse?"
Sorry, is he getting an eye test?
Um, it's a bit of both. I'll just say that.
Right. Okay. Why is the new person
So he's
speaking
like,
bird? So this is.
yeah, it's a few head scritches. But
So
okay.
hold on, Serene. I'm not done with my scene yet, Serene.
Oh no.
So Arson says, "So why is the new person? Why did they sound like a bird?"
I'll just like carry on dusting myself off. I'll just be like, I have no idea.
Hmm. How do you help the group? Ars asks you.
Why
Oh
not
my
kicking?
God.
Why not
Asking
kicking your ass?
questions here.
Yeah, I'll just a smile like creases my lips, and I'll just be like, I'll repeat the same thing. I have no idea.
He kind of nods. Ars nods and goes, "Yeah, I'm feeling this too." Just nods vaguely to nobody in particular and turns back to watch the exchange between Serene and Ruya.
Yeah. That's nice. Green's good, I guess.
No time.
No time.
Green.
No time. Green. She
And it
says.
starts pulling its clawed feet out of your hair because it's
No
obviously
time.
getting
Green.
tangled
No
in your
time.
hair.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
It starts to flap and then just sits on your shoulder instead.
I'm not gonna lie, Crumbar would probably have a bit of a giggle at that.
Right, he
Priya,
is
be
green too.
nice.
So
Okay.
you didn't see Magna?
Briefly.
Or is this in bird?
No. Bird.
Okay. Ruya just
Oh.
looks at you and goes, "New."
I think. I don't. I think she's just confused. I'm a new person. I don't know how much help.
That's all right. Thank you so much for trying.
It's okay. Your bird seems very nice.
It just says thank you.
Yes, I love her to bits.
Smell good.
Um,
And then it flaps away and lands back on Arya.
Oh,
oh,
says I smell good. That's nice.
Oh,
Ba-
Okay,
Bastille's
Priya
still
would look at
panicking
nice
after what he
compliments.
just saw.
Yeah, fair.
So, and Green would probably remind him of he's gonna empty all his belongings onto the floor real quickly. Well, not everything, in case I forget them here.
Mhm.
And
They all roll away. What damn it, this uneven ground.
exactly, he's gonna grab the gold arrow from Arya and the green jasper from Crumbar. He'll say, "How's this for Green, Crumbar?" And he's obviously saying
The green what from me?
the jasper, the rock you gave me. I think Jasper's
Yeah,
green, right?
you still have that.
Yeah, I'm taking it out now. Like Crumbar, we're in an emergency. Do we contact the worm?
Oh,
Right.
right. Yeah.
I just thought of something.
Go on.
I just thought of
Jasper is not green, it's very
something.
red.
Hi.
Jasper is very red. Jade is
Really?
green.
Oh shit! I'm making that
Oh.
same mistake.
Jasper, interesting.
Like,
Think I'm in the
Yeah, we made the same mistake.
feel free just to click on that and it'll give you a
Please.
bunch of...
Nice.
Yeah.
Here is a
Virus,
bunch
don't
of
click on it.
colors. Oh wow.
Oh no, there's
Cool.
green as well. There's green Jasper as well. Apparently,
Is there
I'm
indeed
just on the Wikipedia page because I was curious.
green
What
Jasper?
have I done?
There is green Jasper. Yeah, there we go.
And red one.
They're all green. aren't
Why not both?
Apparently there is both.
they? Which ones
To
is
confuse
Crumbar's?
Sean.
I mean, it can be green if you want it
Yeah.
to be green. Don't think that matters.
It's not easy being green.
No, it's not been for Crumbar, that's for sure.
Why?
Oh.
Anyway, so
So he's
You bring
panicking, he's empty the out, and he's like, "Do we do it?"
Do we contact who? Sir? Who is it?
The worm.
Before doing that,
W.
I'd rather we
Yeah.
contact. I'd rather we contact either Magna or we contact Celeste.
Ooh, I don't know if I could do Magna.
before we do that,
In fact, wait.
Mm.
Sorry, Ariane, you go.
like obviously as you're bickering like what to do next, Arya kind of like once again like seems to like almost have like ants in her clothing because she's like obviously patting all her pockets,
Mhm.
and she says, "Remember, we have this," and she pulls the essentially Eye of Janus.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was just about to bring
It
that
says-
up.
Roya turns
I
to
was
Serene
told-
and says, red.
Bless her heart.
It's red. Good
It
job.
very much is, and I'll give like Roya like a little like scritch. I'll say, well, that demon voice told us to get out now. Then we vanish. I don't know who was in control just there. If it was Justoria or whatever being we could see there. I don't know who told us to go away and what created that, well, essentially teleportation. It might be that that place is now dangerous. It might be that it is not. But we have this, so technically we could return, right?
Crumbar just grins and just says, "It's like, do you want to go back?"
If I knew King Magna figured out something was going on there and was there as well, then
You also know where you
we
think Magna
probably
is.
have a common goal.
Just gonna
Yeah.
put that
In
out there.
fact, can't we link the Eye of Januses together? Like, can't we transport from one to another? Or am I making
I mean,
that up?
you have no thing is, I can't answer that question because you'd have no way of knowing either way.
Well, yeah. Basically, what I'm thinking is, can we use the Eye of Janus to
Well, why don't you just say that as
Transport
Crumbar and then
to-
you just can all
Yeah.
debate it in
Yeah,
character?
I'll just say it's like, well, why don't we use our eye to teleport to Magna? Because he has one. Surely they're linked.
So where is Magnus though? Because Crumbar has seen it a lot, right?
On his staff.
And where is his staff?
On his person?
person.
Is it always though?
Sometimes.
Because what does he do with it?
sometimes Yeah, he boops it
Disappears,
away.
right?
So, do you think
But-
would happen if
Yeah.
you teleport to
Yeah,
it when it's in
but-
whatever non-space it's in?
But we did
Regardless.
know that he was probably going to go see Vishal.
I mean, you don't know that. You just know
Uh,
he left to go deal with
We think
something that
that.
was very heavily inferred by you guys that it was off to go sort out Vishal.
Yeah.
Yeah, once-
I mean, if I was a betting man.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I hinted earlier by saying you do kind of have a rough idea of where you think he will be.
But think of the awkward conversation if he's not there. Oh, hey, Vishal.
Have you seen Magna? About
Oh,
Yehai, daughter got stabbed, you know, that guy.
Well, remember last time we got there, we kind of went in and he was just slouched over his throne.
It
Maybe
could be chill. It could be chill. Yeah.
it could be chill.
Well, Bastiel doesn't recognize any stinking demon as an authority, so he's going to start casting augury, and he'll spend a minute, and then he'll ask if will or woe, will it hurt us in the long run to return to Justoria right now?
I mean, that's a weird question to ask someone that can only handle, is it the next 7 days? Within the next 30 minutes, sorry?
Something like that. It's short. It's like an hour, next hour or something. Which we can do.
Well, spend your spell slot, spend your monies, whatever your tokens are here. So what is it you're burning for the answer here?
What am I burning?
Yeah, it's, you know, specifically marked sticks, bones, or similar tokens worth at least 25 gold. So
It doesn't consume them though, so I'll use my typical set of coins, the divination set.
okay, yeah. You like toss them, you know, like as you're sat on the floor with your toys around you and you go, these'll do. Help!
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I cast Help Me Please GM. And
Please.
yep. And R2D2 plays the hologram again and we all get the quest and on we go. But yes. So you want to know if going back to Justoria now will hurt you in the long run?
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see. I think we are at the stage now where that's at least 25% of going wrong, right? Because you used it about the box.
Yes.
So-
I did. Yes.
2 wee seconds. This is it's rare that I actually get to do this, I guess. So if there's a 25% chance, I guess it will be 1 to 25. I guess will be the results, and then anything above that's fine.
I could roll a d4.
Yeah, you could,
to
but I'd prefer a D100, which I'm going to roll in secret
Okay.
because it's done in
Cool.
secret.
Why are you rolling a D100?
Chance to fail if I keep casting it. without fail.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So the answer you get is a wheel woe.
Real woe.
Huh?
Yeah.
So yes and no. Chaos.
Yep.
Okay.
So to explain
How
to
does
Scott
that-
what happened there is he already used augury to work out if giving the box to Justoria would be a good thing, right?
Yeah. Remember
Which means
that.
every time he does it, there's an additional within a long rest. This is so if he does it again within a long rest, there's a 25% chance it just gives you a random reading, and I make that roll in secret.
Right.
So he now knows there's 25% chance that might mean nothing, or is the exact answer he was supposed to get.
Yeah.
But again, the answer he got was both yes
Wheel woe.
and no.
Wheel
Yeah.
woe. Wheel means something good. Woe means something bad. Wheel woe means it can be good and bad, but or it isn't especially aligned to either.
I keep thinking it's wheel.
No.
I don't know.
WEAL. Yeah. Wheel.
Like, is it a wheel for just keep rolling or?
Keep on rolling. And whoa there to slow down. Yep. So you get
Just
that.
slump back. Yeah, he just kind of slumps back on his knees and he sighs and he says, "The burden of choice is on us."
And then I think Ars kind of shivers and goes, ooh, at that.
I will turn to our new Furbrog. I nearly said furlough friend. Furlough friend and go and be like, well, are you coming along with us for the journey?
I think so. Yes, that's what Celeste told me to do. So I guess I'm joining you, if that's okay.
I'll reach out my hand to shake her, like for a handshake.
Ruyu just says,
Well, I'm just
careful.
Pick up my hand. Oh, kind of hold my hand back a little bit. I think it'll be okay just talking to the bird again. And kind of stick up my hand and do an awkward handshake. Is this
Okay,
a greeting?
I'll be like, yes, I'm Crumbar. Pleased to meet you. And when I say that, you know that way, like when like you shake somebody's hand and they've got like, and it's like, are you trying to have like too strong hands? Like, you know that way I am kind of putting a bit of strength into the squeeze.
Fiery.
The ego.
He really wants the
Traffic
job.
contact.
Yeah.
Mm.
Tries to do the secret handshake of the. What they
Well, I'm,
no,
I'm
that's
just,
not it.
just to see how she'll react. And
Kind of. I don't. Well, she doesn't really know what's kind of the average what a handshake is, so she's like just squeezes back as well as hard as
When-
possible.
when you do it, like you just see a big smile go across my face, and I let go, and I'll just be like, I kind of like give you like just a kind of like a nod, and like if you could hear inside my head, it's like, yep, you'll do. And then I'll turn back around to Arya and say, the eye's in your possession. It's up to you where we go. I think we should go back to Vishal's kingdom, as I believe that's where Magna went, and I think we should get to him first before returning to Justoria.
Before you answer,
But
Arya,
we will not try anything.
What was that? Sorry.
So Riz. Go
This
for it.
time you will not try.
So Riz is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, so I'll,
Yep.
I'll just so I turn to Serene and I bow deeply and I say, "You're here to help. My name is Riz." That's just like my sort of greeting.
And my axe. Sorry. I had to.
She'll awkwardly bow back. You do have a lot of ways of saying hello. I'm Serene again. You already knew that, sorry.
And R smiles at you and just says, "Aren't you just?" and just gives you a big grin.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, what a player, man! Like,
Hi,
And,
Tilda Swinton could
I'll-
chat up the Titanic, okay? So,
And I nod to that, Riz nods to that, and then I join. I move to the group so everybody can see me. And I say, "I must tell you things before we move on regarding the shadow I met." And if everyone's paying attention, as I get out the chalkboard, these apparatus I've always carried, which you've never seen. Okay, so section 3, you can see this graph.
how many Venn diagrams was he carrying this whole time?
So I apologize, our character. I apologize because I've kind of forgotten like a bit. It's been a busy 2 weeks in my life,
Well,
so I apologize. Yeah, asking for DM help if I forget anything.
Yeah, sure you betcha.
Yeah, that's just a little footnote.
I
I'm gonna call that.
see.
It's a
I
footnote.
see. He's doing the Scott tactic.
And so the shadow was the one who branded me. Could be the Prince of Shadows if this is its brand. It was in league with Eremos, and it's peculiar how when the shadow arrived, Eremos arrives shortly after. He said he used, or it said it used Eremos for its power, and that its intentions, or no, sorry, is it intentions were the same as Celeste? What was the saying? Sorry.
Our goals are
line
aligned.
up.
Yeah, aligned. Yeah, the goals were aligned with Celeste. So I feel it's just peculiar that one should show before the other, and that this Eremos was the same person who ended my life in the temple I told you of before. very vague there. Sorry, everyone.
It's okay. It's important
Okay.
information, though.
Yeah, it's just confusing with this the shadow, the Prince of Shadows, was trying to gain access to this temple, needed Eremos. But I don't know if they're still connected or if one is using the other. What's Eremos's gain out of this? Assume questions.
Bastia will say he'll take the golden arrow he was already holding and he'll point it towards Riz and he'll say, "Well, would you care to ask him what he makes of all of this?"
Ask the shadow.
Prince. Yeah.
Yeah, the Prince of Shadows. Oh, but we just met. Too soon? Ooh.
You don't text back after the first date straight away,
Yeah,
right? You
exactly.
wait like at least a day.
At least a day. I'm
Stupid
a little
girl.
bit unnerved, like in the background of my head, like in Riz's mind, because if that is true, the connection, and Eremos just appeared, and then with the blade against my throat, I'm a little bit like, I could not return. I maybe won't return or whatever, or like, or it might summon it. Like
Mm.
I try and convey
Yeah.
that point. Like it's a bit the power of the Prince of Shadows, if it was, is otherworldly. Like maybe we don't need that attention right now.
And he'll move his arm another 90 degrees back at Crumbar and say, "Worm."
What did you say?
Point at Crumbar with the arrow and he'll say, "Worm."
Why worm?
We're gonna contact the worm.
Oh, right.
We need to contact someone. We're in the middle of fuck all nowhere. We need to go.
Crumbar, form of worm! Quick, burrow!
Anyone.
I was like, are we going fishing? What the fuck? Oh,
Oh,
Oh, I
dearly.
love it.
oh,
Dearly,
guys, I'm
dearly,
just gonna I'm just gonna peace out.
You did a ship episode. I'll cut you off.
Yeah. Right, I'm trying to think. Maybe I'll just say I would just be like, I think first Magna should be our main concern. We should get in touch with him first. I have faith that my leader can wait.
Okay. So I mean, I can't do anything about that. I don't have teleport or anything. So that's on you guys. What do you want to do with the eye? You want to take us there? Take us there.
I want to go back to Vishal's kingdom.
Sorry, can I
And I'll
just step in? Like, so for Serene, I love it. You turn up, you meet these people you were like, told you were going to meet eventually after like wandering, and then as soon as they fall out of a rainbow, disgruntled and upset with each other briefly, one of them just starts pouring through his possessions, and then they all just start talking about, yeah, so Shadow Guys and the Prince of Shadows, and
Yeah, I've got
the
no
great-
idea what's going on.
It's like the Great
at
Gold
all.
Worm and Magna and somebody's daughter and like the Vishal's kingdom. I love this like blurb and then just this bird going green, red.
Like that's the bird's the one that's making the most sense at the moment.
Raya
Oh
nods.
my god, yes, I should have expected that, to be honest.
Okay then. I mean, okay. So I pointed the arrow at Riz, moved it back to Crumbar, then I'll point it to Serene. I'll say, "What gods do you recognize? Who do you look up to?" There's only
I
one
don't
way.
think she
I mean,
does.
she's like 7 foot something. Like, I don't think she looks up to many people.
One right answer.
Burn.
Well, they're not a god, I suppose, but the High Druid is something.
The wind rustles through the
look up
trees
to.
majestically. Yeah.
Arya nods in understanding. In kinship.
I don't know if I can quite get to. Oh, I have commune. See here. Oh my god! No, I don't have a 5th level slot. We haven't rested.
Mm.
He'll say, inspiring. Not quite a god, you say. And he'll think to himself, All right, what should we do? Where to? I can't do anything with the orb because of the curse. So it's up to you guys.
Yes.
Again, I'll just look at Arya and just say it's like we entrusted it to you, so the final decision is yours. But if we do go to Vishal, I will behave this time.
This life.
Yeah.
If we go to Vishal, you need to keep still and do not enrage him.
I think it's just called Wait Outside,
Like,
right? That's what it's called.
yeah.
Bring
Like
chocolate.
there's a part of me that's like quite impressed by Arya's
Certainness.
certainness and kind of like, you listen here, you little shit. Kind of, I'm like, okay, man. Like, and I'll be like, we're not going for Vishal, we're going for
forming.
Magna. If he's not there, then we can leave.
Good.
Bastiel looks at Don
We
Jabella and
cannot
rolls his eyes.
afford to
Don
get into that
Jabella,
trouble now.
she rolls her eyes the opposite way and kind of clears her throat and goes, So, where are we going, though?
To the heart of
Justoria
darkness.
has teleported us before away from a sticky situation, so
She looks
I
around.
choose to believe that it would have been her that took us away from there, especially because that voice. Did you hear it? It told us you have to leave now.
I'll just look
If
at,
it was something
And she,
that was
Don Jabella shakes her head and just goes, Nope,
against
heard no
us.
voices. Just heard
yeah, I
some.
was gonna say just like confused
Well-
look of voice.
Well, yes, just before it disappeared out of there, I heard a voice, and it said, "You have to leave now." If it was something that wanted, bad for us, that wanted bad things for us, then I do not believe we would have been pulled away from that situation. They would have just hurt us. So whatever Justoria is now, I think at that precise moment, she might have been the one in control over her form and her powers.
Don Jabella takes a big
So,
inhale, right? A big deep breath, and she goes, not to be the one brave enough to say this. And she looks at everybody else in the group, and then squints at Crumbar, and then looks back at Yoria and says, But I know that if I catch my grandkids doing something they didn't want me to stop, they're not eager for me to see what they were up to. So, it'd be nice that your princess was in there saving you and all that, but how did we not know that it was the demon that she clearly looked like, wanting you not to stop anything that was... She just like shakes her hands vaguely to the sky.
That's right. Justoria is no god. Nor is this demon.
If this thing is strong enough for Justoria not to have overcome it, still, there's very small chance they would not be able to just murder us all if it wanted to.
Magna will be
So-
there. This is his home. This is his daughter. He will be there.
It's not Magnus' home.
He was not there. That's the crux of it. He was not there. That's what gave this thing the opportunity.
He'll be back. I'm sure he has all kinds of magic.
I think
Check
Don
out
Jabella
how
sits on
people
her
are.
backside during that, right? And like she clearly like just hits like a deep thought mode. And she goes, So Magna was there though, and then he wasn't, and then we weren't, and then we were, and then she starts like scratching like the side of her head again, and she goes, What if whatever is happening to her, your fancy lady, is the thin one, Eremos, what if he's unlocking whatever Justoria is?
No. She
then-
was fine until she closed
No.
Hell ho.
And I think Dondra gives everybody else in the group a look when she says no, like, we know how close
Yeah.
Arya is to
Yeah.
Justoria. And that's what Dondrabella's eyes say. When she looks at the group like, we've maybe lost her.
No, Arya just knows who she has.
Yeah,
trust
well,
in.
thing is,
Of
100%, but this is Dondrabella's feelings on the matter.
course.
I'll just kind of like walk over to Dondra Bella and just be like, I know what you're saying here, and I'll reassure you with this: if Justoria is not who she was anymore, I will stop her personally.
Dondrabella stands up, kind of like dusts herself off a little bit, and then just looks at you and goes, well, we'll see.
I just grin at that, and
She doesn't. She just kind of like ambles away to like just stand slightly away. Not in any kind of deliberate way, just more in a you're kind of a bit close kind of way.
yeah,
And she's still kind of trying to process what the hell she just witnessed. Never mind being taken into a spear and being seeing a man stuck in a spear that used to be a house. Like what? Like very, very odd. Yeah, right. Remember that? Remember the flying castle?
Owl?
Yeah, right. Ryan goes through his Ghibli collection of storylines to play out. Yep.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. It's like, I
Go
knew
for a
it.
witch on a broomstick.
If we come across a bathhouse, I'm calling shenanigans.
What's all this? Is this a soot on the ground with eyeballs? What? um,
Just really bad imagination. Just a cat bus turns up. Oh, you didn't even change it.
yep. Nope. Just a cat bus. Yep. Turns out your spear has 2 modes.
What, spear and the cat bus?
Yeah. Anyway, back in the scene. I think. Yeah, Dondrabella just starts pacing up and down and kind of like occasionally looking at party members and then just pacing up and down as if she's trying to work something out, but doesn't want to voice it to be shot down.
And I'll
She's been our closest ally throughout. There's no way. There's no way.
I think.
And like Arya kind of like turns towards Serene and says, "Apologies. I understand perhaps Celeste has not really filled you in, but we have been I don't want to say serving her because that's a bit weird, but we actually, yeah, we have been in a way serving her because we've tried to like do her bidding and such. So I'm
Been
saying we have
allied
been
with her,
serving
working
for a
with her.
while.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of options.
Yes, in her service. We have been in her service for a while already, and we have been also close some souls that we've seen. This late Princess Justoria, she has helped us tremendously in this, and during such process, she became a bit not herself, to put it mildly, quite demonic. And once she did that, she took a long time to, well, be herself again. She said her recovery has been quite lengthy, and we had a private conversation with her in a bit of a pocket realm, away from any prying eyes or ears. And once we returned, she got stabbed. She got killed, essentially. And
Oh.
I used my magics to bring her back, but she looked as her demon form. And the thing that came back, well, we're not sure if it's the princess or the demon that she became after doing that. So
Cuts to
Hence why-
Serene just running away, and there's just a cloud of Serene dissipating in front of Arya. Like, so Serene, to like sink in,
and then
resurrection
and then
magic
Maria
is
kinda like
not
going like,
common in this world, right? It is not a thing that's well known, same as necromancy. And this person
Yes,
who
I
just
know.
fell, I'm talking to Serene, this person just fell from a rainbow, started talking about gods and everything else and demons, and just said to you, so this wonderful princess lady who, like has been helping us and whatnot, and we work for the god that brought you to us, etc. Blah blah blah. Yeah, so she died and was a demon, but I brought her back from death. So that's probably a lot to take in as somebody that's like.
This
that
is a lot. Yeah.
So I had to pause to have that moment to. While it makes sense for us, especially us, Adri, because we've been through every session together. It might be a bit
I'm
weird.
thinking it would make sense for Arya as well.
Hmm.
So that's why I didn't go a bit more like
I love it. It's great.
mild about it. I
Um,
never said Arya has people skills.
I think Ruya in the last few moments of the Serene can actually still understand Ruya. We would just say, true.
Thanks, hype man in the back.
Yep.
Well, I don't really know. What do I say to this?
Bye.
I wish I could. No. It's okay. I will go along with whatever it is you're doing because Celeste told me to. But I still don't really understand you. Any of you. Again, I'm sorry, but the bird makes more sense.
Fair.
I just kind of laugh and just say, it's like, yeah, that won't change.
That was Ruya saying fair, by the way. FYI.
Okay then. So Bastia is now last person who's going to swing the arrow around and point to Arya, and he says, "Perhaps the great equalizer," and then he moves it and points to the sky, as if to say, "Celeste." On the back of Serene saying, "We're doing it because Celeste told us to."
Mm.
Shall we seek guidance?
Might be a good idea.
Hmm.
Okay.
And I'll just say to Arya, it's like, I understand that you're worried about Justoria. I am too, but we might need to face the fact that she isn't who she was anymore.
Whoa.
Ruya turns to Serene and just caws out, sad.
Oh, bless her.
Give them more head scratches.
I'll just look at Serena and say, what does the bird keep telling you?
Oh, well, she just said she was sad.
Oh, my sweet
I
thing.
will
Yes,
reach.
it is sad.
I'll reach into my wee bag and I will,
Your wee
Yeah.
bag.
yeah, and I'll pull out a ration and give it to Ruria.
Okay, yeah. Ruya's going to
Just be
eat,
like-
obviously, because it's a bird.
Yeah, I'll just be like,
Food. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like food makes feelings better.
And then as a good like bird mom, Arya's gonna definitely be like, not too much, hun, not too much.
Mhm.
Still wanna be able to fly.
I'll
All
just,
right, halfway through it, then I'll just eat the rest.
one for Ruya,
Of-
3 for
Of
Crumbar.
of the ration, not the bird.
Oh god, you'd be in so much trouble if you ate the bird. I would
Yeah.
set all my
Help!
spiders on you, they
Help!
would eat you alive.
I'm being eaten! Help! Oh dear. That'd be good. But anyway, so
Yeah, I kind of imagined it between the things she hunts and the food I give her, and that Ruya is a reasonably fat hawk.
yeah, it's definitely well fed. You guys eat well.
What a great insult. Yeah, fat hawk.
Rude.
Fat
I
hawk.
didn't say she's a fat hawk. I'm just saying that's kind
Uh-huh.
of how she looks.
It's like in Dungeon World where you have to pick your ranger pet characteristics, and its drawback would just be fat hawk. It's huge, but not the useful huge. Yeah. Oh dear. Anyway, so what's the consensus after that? Because Bastiel's still kind of been like, are we phoning Celeste?
Hmm.
What's the team plan?
We can phone Celeste and still teleport to Magna
Yeah,
with the two
yeah.
different tools.
I thought you said steal there. Like, what?
We'll steal Celeste, put her in my spear.
We'll collect them all in there. Yes.
Gotta catch 'em all.
I want to call it Pokemon. You guys getting that? Pokemon?
It's a spear for poking them.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, but yeah.
And Mon, short for Mondo, like World, where we have everything inside the spear. Anyway. So besides the text, it never happened, right?
Yeah, I'd say yeah. I mean, let's try all tricks. that
Try
we've
all.
got and yeah, so just see if we can slide into Celeste's DMs and
All
Stuart
right.
should get
Let me-
back to us.
Let me just see if I can make an
Just knew you'd
adequate
put it that way.
component.
Of course.
Yeah, what's your component going to be? That's going to be interesting. Yeah, what's Celestia enough?
Let's see. I check my inventory.
Mm.
We're gonna need something right.
Just use yourself. Sorry, it says consumed by. Tilts it into Ritual Bowl.
Really hoping.
Oh, that's dark.
Yeah. Don't really have amount of stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, that might be a problem.
I can make something though.
So say the
do
only
you
thing,
need for
the
that,
only thing
sorry?
specifically Celeste in the group is one item.
What?
Your
The
sword.
combat sword.
Probably have it.
Yeah.
Combat sword.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No wait.
I can make something.
No.
Okay, Bastia will say that. He'll say, well, in that case, this arrow won't do. We'll need an adequate sacrifice. Anyone got anything to contribute?
Looks at Riz.
I will reforge it into something mighty.
She promised me something. Let me just dig up my backstory.
Goes into
Probably
bag,
something.
pulls out scroll.
Yeah.
What was the contract agreement we made?
Yeah, I think a connection with something. A connection with everyone. Love, I don't know. Family, maybe something like that. But
I only need, like, in total, I only need something worth 25 gold. So if you guys want to chip something in, I can fabricate that into something appropriate. So just like raw metals, raw money.
But I
Think
think
about
if well, she promised me something. So if you got anything from her and we engraved it onto something, maybe that is word.
Like symbolically
Interesting.
giving up your promise or something like that? Do you mean?
Oh shit, giving her up.
I don't know. Like I don't know what you're trying to say. You're just saying words that say, "Well,
just-
yeah, we had an
that was
agreement,"
like
and then that's unrelated to what your question is.
Yeah, like connection. So it'd just be an item that like it symbolizes it.
Right, so you want to go draw a quick picture of the group, all smiling and holding hands briefly, and then
Yeah,
Not bad.
let's-
like it's. I mean, if that's what you mean though, like I know it sounds flippant, but like if that's what you mean, then
yeah, in a
Say that.
wordy way. Yeah.
in a
Yeah,
wordy
yeah,
way, and not in a
Your
kind of
promise.
a way that makes me sound like I care about these people. Thus rendering the entire suggestion pointless.
Ryan, the
Yeah.
money's division's a 10, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ignoring Electrum, because nobody cares about Electrum, except
'Cause,
maybe
yeah.
the dwarfs.
So let's see, there's 5 of us, right? I'm confused with all the people that keep coming and going.
Yeah,
See.
there's 5.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Right.
And Don
Bastiel-
DeBella and ours.
Yeah, but this is for Celeste. So
Mhm.
Bastiel opens his hand and he asks for 5 gold pieces from each of us, and he'll already have his own 5 gold pieces in there.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, I'll pass you 5.
Okay. Now, can I cast Fabricate on the coins, or do you want me to take? an
Is
hour
Serene
out?
paying her guild dues apparently? Already, or
Yeah.
Subscription based, Serene.
Yeah.
You pay up.
I suppose.
I can put
I
a
don't
lot
re-
of money in because I've got a lot of money, and Arya doesn't actually care
No,
about
but
money
symbolically,
much, so.
we need everyone to contribute. You know, because Celeste.
Gotcha.
It's about.
I don't mind. I don't really use gold.
I was gonna say I would have just loved it if you were just like, "What is money?"
I was like,
Oh,
I have some shiny things, but I have not used them.
Ruya like slowly edges to the edge of Arya's shoulder to look at the shiny things.
Of course, she would be very interested, and I will choose just then to like fuss her just under her chin,
Mhm.
also kind of like keeping her from like
Mhm.
stealing any of them. You know, totally not on purpose at all.
Mhm.
Not at all.
Definitely not. Nope. Ruya's got a lot of attention this session.
Oh yeah, I love it.
So does Ruya. Okay, yeah, so I think everything chips in there.
Yeah.
The blood price.
Okay. Then he puts his other hand out in front of him, and he asks everyone else to do the same. So our hands are all touching in friendship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Friendship is magic.
Friendship.
And magic is heresy.
Yeah.
Blood for the blood god. We all know this. Okay.
Exactly.
Used.
I think
Okay,
Arse and
we'll do
Dondra
it.
look at each other and go, "Are we involved?"
Another time. Wink.
Yeah, another time.
Like Celeste just
Maybe
hands.
later.
Sorry, not Celeste. Sorry, Arse just hands what do you call her? An apple. Dondra an apple.
Oh.
Oh.
And then he'll clench the fistful of gold, and he'll cast Fabricate,
Mhm.
and he'll turn the gold into rings that fit each person. So 5 rings, and each one, it'll be molded to each one's finger. So there's that, and then it will depict. Each ring will depict something about their past. So for me, it'll be like a band of chains shackled, represent where he was. Crumbar, it will be an axe crossed with a sword, and the sword is on top of the axe to show that he's pushed that side
Ooh,
of him
yeah.
down. Riz, it'll be an eclipse, light to dark, or dark to light. Arya, it will be fire dissipating into a tree rather than wood being burned. It's fire resulting in life. And Serene will be a horizon with forests to represent a journey ahead.
And
And the 5 rings will
Nice.
connect to each other as well. They'll have a piece on the bottom, so they slot together like the Olympic rings.
so a
Mhm.
couple of notes about that, as cool as that sounds. One, do you have jewellery crafting tools? Are you proficient in such a thing?
I think so. I have smithing. Let me check
Um,
here.
Because I'll need to double check to see what all the tools are. Because if there's jewellery ones,
Because there's no,
you need the proficiency in them.
it's all metal, so there's no jewels involved. There's no, stones or anything.
Yeah, and
Just
also
smithing.
because it says one object, like you fabricate a large or smaller object specifically,
Okay,
they'd
I'll have
all
a
need
little-
to be linked to make it more of a chain, with each link of the chain being unique, like a ring.
I'll do that then, so people can pull their
Um,
fingers out. It's like a loop.
Yeah, like I think I can bullshit a chain segment being completely fine with this, but it
Yeah.
doesn't let you make multiple things with
Yeah.
one go, sadly, which is kind of
That's
annoying, considering how high level spell it
Make
is.
them not break apart, but they're still the same. They're just in one piece.
Well, you could make it and then break it apart, right? Like it's
That too, but it's going anyway for the
Yeah.
spell.
you could make essentially
yeah.
the Olympic rings
There we go.
themed
And
per
then
party member.
after that, I'll pull it off, like the top of the plastic thing on a 6-pack of beer.
Mhm.
Pull it off everyone's hands.
Mhm.
Boop. And I hold it up. So there we have it. Mark off the spell. Bang, and then that's it. One more spell slot for divination.
Yeah, and Jeweler's Tools is a thing apparently. Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't
There-
mark any like stones or anything.
That's okay. It's just for future. There's so many unnecessarily listed tools.
I should get some though.
That like
Good point.
here we go. Like here, I'll just dump the listing because dear gods, it's for such an underdeveloped part of the game. Why it's got so much detail.
Jeez.
What's
Right.
this
Stop
one?
the tools. What the fuck?
Oh wow, what the fuck?
Cobbler's tools.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it is very specific. But yes, please continue. So you've got your Olympic rings.
Lazy. Yeah. Before everyone moves their hands away, I'll manually turn everyone's hand the other way, and I'll place the ring in the middle, the piece thing, and I'll cast divination.
Okay.
A wee break. Okay. I don't mind doing that before this goes off.
No, I'm fully aware of the timing.
Mhm.
So, what incense were you using for this out of interest?
Some of the 2 platinum I got from the store.
So when
Oh.
you finally look at that, it's all mulch.
Oh, has it gone off?
Yes, it has. It seems like it's been off for a while.
Wait,
Uh,
platinum has gone off.
Well, it's the 2 together that's worth 25 GP. So I have all of it in one, all the value in the gold.
But do you have any
so-
incense though, out of interest?
I have a stick of incense from starting as a cleric. Or
If you still have that, then yes. If you still have that,
The
that's
one-
fine. If it's not been used already.
let's see. Do you start with more than one? Because then it has been used.
I don't know. You should say, right? On your background, probably, right? It'll say on whatever your background was, I assume. I think you're an acolyte, right? Is that what you went for?
Yes, acolyte. Acolyte starting
Um,
5e.
it would be on. I was gonna say it's been on Roll20, yeah. What you start with under
If you
background.
so recruited, well, 5 sticks.
There you
So,
go,
yeah,
perfect.
One of those.
But it lets you know that clearly something's happened to that incense that you've bought.
While we left the magic place, it was we were being ripped off.
No, that or you pissed off the magic guy and then
Yeah, that's the other.
Oh yeah,
Dick.
that was
So,
funny.
Oh my.
So, as you're about to complete this spell, and that is the exact wording I've chosen,
Okay.
in the forest, 2 trees start to entwine together next to the group. The branches seem to
Okay.
form into each other overhead. The canopy of the trees seems unfazed by this, and then there just seems to be like a warping of the space between the 2 trees. And through it, you can see the pink
Aslan.
and violet colours of the Elf Queen's forest, and we go to break on that.
Whoa.
Oh my.
Oh.
Yes. So we're on break now, and we will come back in 10 minutes. So, welcome back to The Keepers of the Golden Gate Part 2 of Session 75. I am still Ryan, the GM, somehow, and here are the players.
Hello, this is Adrian, and I play Arya Bluebird, the half druid.
Hello, I'm Sean and I play Bastiel, the Warforged Cleric.
Hi, my name is Scott, and tonight I'm playing Crumba, the half-orc paladin.
Hi, I'm Alex. I play Riz the Elven Monk.
Hi, I'm Callie, and I'm playing Serene, the Furbolg Ranger.
Indeed. Good. So, to reset the scene, the cleric's halfway through his spell, and then some trees start misbehaving, feeding themselves into each other in a kind of weird, tree-like arch. The space between it then seems to take the shape of the Queenswood.
That deviant moss.
Hmm.
It'll get you.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Deviant moss. Look at that, callback humour. And yeah, like there is definitely an allure, as it were, to the picturesque scenery through the tree archway.
Has the Olympic rings already disappeared from the spell going on?
No, not yet. You're only halfway through
Okay.
the 3 seconds it takes, to get halfway into that spell working. But this is one of these, you go to start the spell and then your head just turns because 2 trees decide to fold into each other.
Do we all recognise it as the Queenswood, or is it just like...
The ones that
oh,
know
look,
it as the Queenswood will recognise it as the Queenswood.
Okay, I'll cancel it then.
Since
Okay.
everybody but Serene has been there.
Yes, I was going to say Arya kind of turns towards Serene and like does that thing like when you grab somebody's arm, like not grab, but like tap them with your own hand, kind of like I know this. Excitement, kind of like I know where we are. We're in the Queenswood,
I mean,
but with less enthusiasm and more just like
the forest you're in
It's
does
the
not look.
Queenswood through there, yeah.
I was going to say, it does not look like the Queenswood everywhere else, but through the archway.
so it's like a teleporter, I'm guessing.
maybe we can find out.
Now, the thing is, though, I reckon we wait a wee minute just to see if anything comes through.
Also, the Queenswood is a northern forest, FYI.
Oh,
Hmm.
is that not that
Oh.
one?
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm assuming we're somewhere along this one.
I mean, there's a bunch of southern forests.
Oh, is it? I thought that was the southern forest. Sorry.
I mean, that is definitely one of them, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Bastiel
Oh
will
yeah,
take
there's one there as well.
like a flick knife. Just like swish it back. And it'll, yeah. I guess we're doing this
I
one
think
now.
I've just been wrong, to be honest, about where we were. You never know.
yeah.
Or that. Right. So, are we wanting to wait, or are we going to just go through it, or what? I think we should wait.
Okay. Does Crumbar say that?
Yeah, I guess I'll just.
He says that slowly
Okay.
backing through the trees. Yes, we should wait. Bye.
I'll just kind
And he
of
goes.
I'll just look at it and just be like. I'm assuming that only the Queen could have opened this. I don't know if it's an invite, but I think we should wait until we see if anything else comes through it first.
Reasonable. Level-headed.
Yeah, I know who the fuck am I?
See if she's dropping any sass.
I'm going to translate that to be, because a lot of that never came through to me, but I'm going to assume you said you stare at Dondra to see if she's dropping any sass. Is that
Yes.
what you said? Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just rolls her eyes and they scream, obviously.
Fuck's sake. I knew it.
Oh, isn't that something to discover about your top, Scott? Whatever that is.
What?
You 4? I have a part on my top that's just like a stretchy bit.
Oh right, okay.
Always weird when they discover these things.
Little treat.
Look at this.
One sec, because I need to alt tab, because that's not my main tab.
Whenever the stream catches up. Hello.
I mean, I'm glad you're having fun in what you're wearing. I'm sitting
I
here.
mean,
in a
all
dressing
clothing
gown.
should be fun, so.
No, I've got a dressing gown and a blanket, so I'm solid.
Wow.
I've got my weighted blanket on my.
Good. So, what's the
mine's
scene?
in my bed.
Okay, so if Crumblers says, like, he's a Battlefield commander type figure, I guess. So if he thinks that's what we should do, I'm happy to wait here for. How long do you want to wait for?
We're for a couple of minutes. Like,
A minute. Okay.
Okay.
yeah, because like, I don't want to be walking through it while someone is walking through it from the other side. Because
Yeah, we've all watched The
So
Fly
close
and
to
The
the
Fly 2.
oh my god, Ryan, the stream just caught up.
Yeah, it's just going now
Perfect.
with the stretchy bit.
Wow, you're living in the
Got it.
past. I'm way past that. It's a weird part at the
So-
top, though, right?
So just to clarify, this port opened before the
The spells.
divination
Yeah.
Spell.
spell
Yeah.
cast.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And I grab the ring set back like a flick blade.
Yeah,
Swoosh
yeah.
back.
Cool.
Oh,
we
spins it
wait.
like a blaster and then puts it in his holster.
Blows the smoke.
All the rings fly in different directions. And it's a new quest line, a new campaign.
It's like Sonic.
Yeah.
Flying Sonic.
Oh dear. Yep. So, yeah. What's the plan?
Alright, so we wait. So 2 minutes elapses?
No,
Okay.
like as soon as like 30 seconds elapses, the trees slowly start to unbind from each other.
Oh. Well, let's not take the piss here. And Bastille moves forward.
What, like you've just went straight through?
Yeah, I think it's more likely an invite because who else could possibly do this unless someone we're allied with?
I just turned to our. In fact,
Did you get some
Rez is
bad
from-
news?
Rez is from the Queen's Road.
What?
I'm going
So,
to turn to Arya.
yous
and wait
found-
on-
Like the Elf Queen gave you Riz in the Queenswood is the way I would say that.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to. Crumbar turns to Arya and just kind of looks for her guidance, and you're like, "I'm gonna just do what you do because I don't fuck with trees."
I think
Kind of
Dondra
thing?
just tuts
Yeah.
at that. Dondra just shakes her head and just goes, "Well, I'm with this one." Like elbows Bastiel on the arm and just walks through.
I'll follow. We're running out of time.
You just hear Crumbar saying like the equivalent in Orcish of "fuck it" then, and I just like run through it as well.
I think Arse says language, just reflexively.
Oh, I love it.
All right, Captain America.
Is this person called Arse?
Yes,
I'm
Yeah.
confused.
yes. So do you
Yes.
want to tell?
Arsenal.
Wait! I've got it somewhere. Sorry,
Mhm.
there you go.
No, go for it. Yeah, if you've got the full name.
No, Arya, go for it. I was gonna type it.
Well, they were the celestial guardian to the heavenly host Arsenal, and for some reason we call them Ars. I don't understand
Short for
exactly
all?
how, but hey, it is short indeed. But surely we could have called them Guardian
Well, yeah.
or Celestial Guardian.
Well, it's too late now.
Oh,
Yeah. So this person's
But
called
yes,
Arse.
for some reason we call them Ars, and they really love apples more than anything. So if you happen to have apples and want to make them your friend, give them apples. They will be very, very happy.
Fair. Hmm.
And I think they're following us around because of the blade that Crumbar has, right?
Yeah.
Kind of taking care of as well. And so you know how like when Lady Gaga had that like set of like rubies for like the I don't know Oscars or whatever, and she had like extra security detail. They were guarding not necessarily her, but the diamonds. Yeah, I don't think ours is very much like involved in what we're doing as much as like I know where the blade is.
Yeah, that's a good way.
Yeah.
there was the meat dress, but it was butchers like as well. You know, following
Yeah.
her around.
Yeah, butchers everywhere, you know,
Mhm.
waving their cleavers around menacingly.
Carrying that meat when you're
Yeah.
done, Lady Gaga.
I love, and this is just for my own enjoyment, I love that, like, you're vegan as opposed to vegetarian, right? Or did I
Yeah.
mix it? Yeah, so I just love that you, of the entire group, picked the meat choice.
Ah,
Yeah.
I was scarred.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep,
Well,
understandably so.
He's like,
Understandably
why
so.
do you think I'm vegan?
But yes, so
Alex is like a level 7 vegan, I think.
so that's at least
He's
flying
nothing
under
in
his
the
own
shadow.
psychic powers. Anyway,
Maybe that's me.
so is anybody not going through this unbinding archway of two trees?
Oh, I would go through.
So nobody's not going
It's
through.
quite obvious we're supposed to go there.
Sure.
Serene, take it you're coming through as well.
I guess.
Nope.
It's,
But everyone else.
it's like maybe I got it wrong. Maybe you
Just
aren't
now.
the people I'm meant to meet. Maybe you just look like them.
Bye. Step through.
Yep.
Step leaving.
Oh, dear.
I would actually love that so much. It's like
Wow.
grand opening, grand closing.
But yes, so given my inability to do one shots, that's maybe the only way I could have people only guest star for one episode. I think is just literally, oh, you who I'm meant to meet. No, actually, sorry, bye. But yes, so he's all wander through, and obviously, like, you know, you just walk under an archway of trees and you just look behind you, and trees just unfold from each other, and you know the forest behind it looks more like the forest you're used to from the Queenswood, with all the violets, pinks, and kind of like almost teal colours of the light.
I like this forest.
Mhm.
It's pretty.
It's a lot nicer that there's no dragon in it now.
They're really good at hitting you with these little memorabilia bombs, aren't they? Really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like
Like, let's all go through to the dragon-infested wood, shall we? Tally ho!
Crumbar's just laughing at that, just thinking about, oh yeah, last time we were here there was a dragon, and like I'll just kind of look at Serena after saying that, and go, it's all right, we're friends now.
Mhm. Just look back over my shoulder and see if the
trees are
pole's still there.
Sadly
You
gone.
just you like clawing at a tree.
I think Arse just hands you an apple.
Counselling apples.
I do take the apple.
Mhm.
I'm very happy.
They can just
That's
like
like an
nod.
ultimate sign of they like you. I mean,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah, they're just kind of nodding, like, you know,
Shocking.
apologetically at the situation, and it'll get better, even though they're not saying that. They have adapted with this group. So yeah, what's the plan?
Okay.
Mm.
Well, yeah, is anyone around us or?
No,
Yeah,
you're
it's an obvious
you're-
pass.
you're in a forest. There is no obvious path. Nope.
Damn. People lose their lives in here. Maybe we should have thought about that.
Oh.
Okay.
Did anybody think to tie string on a tree at the other side of the portal and then bring it through with us?
Bastia will shout to the back because he went through first. He'll say, Serene, what do your tracking skills make of this?
Thunderbella tuts and goes, actually, I went through first, but doesn't say anything.
There
And
you-
then, yeah, we wait for Serene's answer.
Well, it's not like any of the forest I've seen before, but it's a forest, so I can get us through.
We'll be glad to have.
Probably.
Fantastic. Lead the way.
I just kind of giggle a bit off after, like, obviously the knowledge of the Queenswood. It's all
Yeah,
like,
the base is infinitely like confusing.
Yeah. It's like made of magic, right?
We're testing the intern.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I think I'll be fine, but who knows if that's actually true.
A gentle hazing.
It's like bucket of steam. We need a bucket of steam, a left-handed screwdriver, and some tartan paint. Yep.
So
if you
Thought I
can.
misheard that for a second, but I then realized what it was all.
Mhm,
Okay, gotcha.
mhm, mhm. If you want to give me a perception check first of all, Serene.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, bam. So you take a moment to look around to almost like, acclimatize yourself to the newfound surroundings, and you like the more you're focusing on parts of it, the more it seems to like be shifting to unfocus itself. So like you stare at something and you think, wait, how close actually is that tree? And then you stare again and you're like, was there always a tree next to it? Like there's a lot of details that seem to be hard to pin down the more you pay attention. It's almost like when you were blissfully unaware that you just stepped through and you were happy to just be in another forest. It seemed to be a lot more stable and solid and tangible. And now the more you're paying attention, the less it seems to be those words. So yeah.
Hmm. Cool. So it seems a bit. Is this forest? Is it magic? Is it a fancy forest? So I'm from a fancy forest. This seems quite fancy.
Possibly, if it is what we think it is Elf Queen's forest.
What is the Elf Queen called again?
None of them.
The guy in Anvil.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
think I ever learned
Blue.
her name.
So
I didn't.
for Serene's knowledge as well,
Forest.
this is reminiscent to Fable shit, by the way.
Ah,
And I would word it as that.
bollocks.
Yes, I would word it that way. It's probably
Great.
a bit disconcerting for you
Sorry.
for that.
Fable shit.
Mhm.
Amazing.
Because obviously that means a lot more to you than it does to them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
As
what
for
is
the
it?
Elf Queen's name, it's the Elf Queen.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's all I've got written.
That's what I thought as well.
That's right. Wait, we didn't even know her at all.
I thought she had
I
a
was a bit
name.
confused for a second there. I was like,
She was actually just
I'm pretty sure we always
17,000
calling her-
caterpillars that presents itself as a queen.
I'm sure we had a name for her.
Sure, when you remember it, let me know.
Does she have a name?
I remember it starting with a C. Or something to do with blue, not Saru.
I thought
So-
that's what you just called her.
So, Cerule was the blue dragon.
Blue, yeah.
hmm
Or
that's her
Dark
name.
Dragon,
Yep.
Dorothy.
Blue, right?
So,
Blue
that
one.
is Cerule, the blue dragon. It translates as the authority, if you want to know.
Hmm.
From
Oh.
probably dragon, I guess.
Because I was trying to think, like, what was her name? Because I was just going to call that out.
Yeah, we should present ourselves.
Hmm.
Still know we're here.
Yeah.
Samantha!
Just have to get a name right. How many names are there, right? There's not many.
Yeah, like, I mean, we've only got like, what, 5, 7, yeah, right? Yeah.
5 names.
Really hacking with passwords, yeah.
Yeah.
Get on the third one, though. What's Raja?
Yeah. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who knew?
Yeah, I guess just call out to the forest then and just be like,
I mean, yeah, I would
Where-
do it being Faye.
you know, it's like,
I'm not Faye, kind of.
did you ask of us here, Queen?
Okay, so you just
Mhm.
say that to the forest, yeah.
Mhm.
What's everybody else doing?
I'll get
draw
a bit closer.
draw the Tears of Life. I'm holding it. I know it's linked to the forest.
Cool, yeah. It's probably
Single.
reflecting a lot of the nice colours of the forest right now as well.
Hmm.
All the crystally
home?
bits. Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, it's like Sting when it's near some goblins.
Yeah.
This is where it was made of this place, right? So,
Yeah.
Arya?
So I was already saying. I think we just spoke over. I was like, I'll definitely get closer and.
Closer
like,
to what?
no?
I'm sorry.
Didn't you say that it's like an arch thing?
No, that's long gone.
Oh, fuck.
You just walked
No,
through it and it
okay.
unbound itself because it was already unbinding itself before you had stepped through.
Oh, okay. My bad. Yeah, I thought we were still discussing whether to go in or not. And I was like, yes, we'll go in.
Nope, you are already through.
Okay.
These are in
Yes.
the other
okay.
side. Yeah.
I'll be looking around if I could see something that kind of reminds me of like the path we took previously.
'Kay.
So that would probably be what, something like survival or something? Because I'm definitely like, I'm thinking if I can find my way back to the Elf Queen, because the Elf Queen must have made this because she wants to speak to us.
Sure.
That's what's going through my head. So maybe
Nope.
I am good at survival.
I mean,
But
you know, it
probably
looks
not
like
enough.
it looks like the Elf Queen's forest, but none of it looks
Yep.
familiar.
To be honest, it always seemed a bit too magical and
Mhm.
ever changing and
Mm.
such.
Mhm.
So I trust that the forest will lead us where the Elf Queen wants it to lead us.
Mm.
That's about it.
So-
because I know I can't do anything else.
So for 5 minutes, everybody just looks around, and then Bastiel takes his axe out, and then people just stare, you know, squint their eyes at things. Nobody speaks to each other for a bit, and then when we're finished with the results of our dice rolls, and Crumbar says, "Queenie," you know,
Essentially.
does anybody else share with the group the results of their, you know, dice rolls?
I'm not rolling anything.
I'm gonna assume no.
Who's
So-
rolling stuff?
People have rolled stuff. People stared at things, and then obviously,
yeah.
just because I'm reading that out doesn't mean to say everybody hears it, because there is no narrator that you all hear.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this forest seems fey, and I don't like it. That's all I know. I don't think I can help as much as I thought I could. I'm sorry. This isn't a normal forest.
I'll
No,
just
it is not. But you'll be fine, I promise.
You're in
I
for a
mean,
treat.
we were here before and we were fine.
I'll just ask like turn to Sue and ask her, it's like, do you have a problem with the Fae?
You could say that with some fey, I suppose.
And
it's-
I just and I just say it's like I would make this be the last mention of it while you're here.
Bastiel's just got the word drow loaded in his mouth like a bullet in a magazine. Like,
That would be wise indeed.
Because
Keep
I'm not.
Keep
like,
in mind,
I'm-
guys, as well,
I'll-
in this like setting, like the elves technically aren't fey.
yeah.
In this setting,
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah.
Ah, right, yeah. No, I was just expecting like the Queen to show up and Serene just being like, "Who's this bitch?"
They are described by
Yeah.
a lot of people like fey because they're
Certainly.
similar.
oh.
They're fey-like, but by definition of D&D 5e rules on creature types, they're not fey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't think of elves as fey.
No, not
They
necessarily.
are-
If
they
you
are, in
if you
fact,
didn't know
tiny
something was an elf, right? And let's say it was like a wood elf that was slightly magical, because most of them probably are. They could be mistaken for fey creatures, though, if like on a first glance or whatever. But if your fey senses were tingling, they would not tingle for a wood elf. Is the best way to kind of word that, I guess. Well, there's probably a lot of better ways to word it, but that's what you got. So yeah. So after like, I don't know, a couple of minutes of yous, I guess, trying to suss out why and where yous are, yeah, there's just the nice different kind of colours of like violet light coming through the canopy, and that canopy that's quite hard to see through, you know. The sounds of creatures nearby.
Ooh.
The usual, like, keep in mind the forest is very alive.
And in response to the lack of response, Bastiel will just say, "I guess we move then. Start walking."
I'll just say to Bastille, it's like, I feel like our time is being wasted. We should finish the ritual first.
That's a fair point. Your friend Eremos seems to have extended his reach. Perhaps the Queen is in danger.
It sounded like she'd been in danger, like that in on it. We got there, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. An invitation from her is rare, so we jump on this chance. I can do the ritual anytime.
If this was an invitation, wouldn't she be here to greet us?
Mysterious.
Okay, you just hear somebody clearing their throat. As you turn around and use her in front of her throne, because she's been in her throne room the whole time, it seems.
Whoa.
And she sat there and she goes,
Cheeky!
she says, "You have been invited here, but it was by request of this princess you speak of."
Oh. Ariel will remember where she is, and she'll kind of like bow a little bit and say,
Oh yeah.
"It is nice to see you again, Your Highness."
You know, she's got like that kind of, you know, if you look at her from a certain angle, she's smiling, but if you look at her from another angle, she's not smiling. You know, look on her face.
Whoa.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just kind of give a Crumbar-esque bow and, like, you know, nod heady and just be like, yes, hello. And I'll just ask, it's like, you've been in contact with Justoria?
Yes, a gift was returned. And she stands, majestically of course, and says, "Your former companion Plagal informs me of the danger she was in."
Lego.
Yes, it seems that danger may have found her. We're not really sure if we were able to help in any way.
Now, for everybody's memory, remember Justoria sent Plagal away after like speaking to him very privately at the table?
Yes!
Before you
So just-
chatted with her privately.
Aware. Oh fuck! So she was aware that she was in danger.
Seems that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she was in danger, so the danger has found her. So in a way, I've not said any lies here.
Yeah, true.
And be like, I'll just say to her, so what do you know that's of what's happened? What do you know has happened to Justoria?
And the Elf Queen looks at you and she says, "I was merely asked if I could extend a hand to recovering you. I have done this."
I'll just kind of nod again and say
Have our
thank you.
thanks.
But we're trying to find the Wizard King. You don't happen to know his location, do you?
She smiles at that and she says, "It would seem you have an item in your possession that can answer that better than I could."
And I'll be like, and I'll just ask back. I'll be like, we can ask the eye questions.
She turns and looks straight to you, Bastiel. And just hold your gaze.
Yeah.
Puts his hand. He holds the axe under his armpit and puts his hands together to say, "Please have patience, please."
So what's this item?
Ariet pulls the eye of Janus out and kind of like holds it very carefully between her thumb and forefinger, like very visibly, and says, "Is this what you mean, Your Highness?"
She looks down at the eye and then looks back up at Bastiel. And she says, "No."
Oh.
So is it something Bastille can do?
Is she gonna be mean and like talk to Bastiel if he's the item? Because that's a bit
Because
rude.
I think that's what she's doing. Yeah.
No, because Bastiel can make god calls, so I think that's what she's talking about. I'm the
Yeah,
item.
but she still would have called you an item.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Mm.
He kind of relaxes from the the tension of having to hold a great axe under his armpit.
Yeah. Mhm.
And he says, "Ah, I see." And I will flick out the ring set like a switchblade again.
Mhm.
And he holds it out and like gestures with it as just to say, "You mean this?"
And she looks at it and she says, "I am not one for jewellery, nor chains."
Hmm.
She looks at Riz when she says that last part.
It's lost on me a little bit.
It's okay. She's meant to be spooky and weird.
Yeah. I'll just take this moment to out her like a bit more sincere than our first encounter
Mhm.
because I think Plague was maybe my first elven encounter,
Mhm.
supposedly, as
Yeah.
I can remember.
Yeah.
It was a fond one, so
Mhm.
it's definitely like sort of set my head on course to wanting to connect with the elves once
Yeah.
more, so I can get that in my
Mm.
belt.
Yeah, she'll insight roll that and hopefully it'll be a high roll. She rolls a 1. You mock me?
No, let me in your group.
But yeah.
I just stick my hand out and be like, I think this is how it works. Hello, nice to meet you. And she like puts her hand
Oh
out.
shit! Sorry, poor thing. We
She
didn't
looks you up and
introduce her.
down and she goes,
Sorry.
"Hello there, and where might you hail from?" And then she steps like uncomfortably close and takes your hand, and like
Oh.
shakes it a little.
Oh, I'm Serene. From woods somewhere. I don't know if you'll the Cairn Woods.
Given the rate of your pulse, I would say you were poorly named.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow.
what are you named?
She just smiles and she says, "That was lost long ago. I find such things are limiting."
Okay, well, nice to meet you.
I think as you're saying that,
And
she's
just,
like,
steps
there's
back.
like as you're saying that, there's a weird like perception shift where she has somehow already let go of your hand and has stepped away. By the time you're like, "Nice to meet," as you step back, as if there's scenes missing that you weren't quite privy to, where she disengaged. And she sits back on her throne, and she says, "Why are you here?"
Well,
Is this just to Serene or is this to everyone?
No, this is to everybody. She's back on her throne, talking to the group. The you was general.
what
Yep, Arya, go for it.
What seems to have happened is as we were trying to help Princess Justoria once the fiend attacked her, I heard a voice which said to leave, to get out of there then, like, and it didn't seem to be Justoria's, but I know Justoria has previously protected us in that way, so I think she had a tenuous control over herself and not becoming fully demonic and evil, as her countenance was at that moment. So
Are you saying that the Princess of Horizon is a demon?
well, she did gain a demonic-like appearance, and I'll like start to describe it in detail, maybe like make a sketch as well, and like kind of like show her.
Before you even like finish the sketch, like the Queen leans back and like steeples her fingers and then says, "So the daughter of the Wizard King is a demon?"
Well, I've never seen one something like this before. Is this a demon? And I don't think she was always this.
She
by the
doesn't
way.
even look at
I know
the. She doesn't look at the drawing. She kind of just looks across the group and says, "It would seem like Magna has taken steps more boldly than we first assumed. I would say that he is perhaps responsible for this breach you are all so fond of closing."
Well, I mean, you guys know how
I'll-
she came that
yeah.
way.
I just say back to her, it's like Magna is not the one responsible for the breach
And how do you know this?
because I've met the man responsible for the breach.
Every man you meet, is he honest with his words?
This one had no reason to lie.
And you are an expert in his reasoning.
I'm just kind of like, I doubt Magna would cause such harm to his own, and I just kind of like quotation marks kingdom.
She stares at you for like a kind of like 10 seconds. Probably uncomfortably stares at you, and then says, "He seems to have birthed a demon to pull a veil over the eyes of his subjects."
Should I mention that we're partly to blame for Dystoria?
This is what Scott Bean says. "Let's take a moment as players and have a small chat about if I tell her that we're the reason she sucked up some demon energy."
Because I don't know, like after speaking to the Magna, I'm more inclined to not like
really.
this lady.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
dodgy, innit? 50-50, I think.
I don't know. Dystoria
I don't
sent
know,
us to her.
actually.
Dystoria's been nothing but good to us. So
Yeah, the problem is, right, so obviously you've chatted to Magna, and you've had what you think about him before and after that chat. You obviously have opinions about Justoria regardless, right? And Justoria seems to have sent Plagal off before any of you even came clean about the latest stuff. And then she was
I don't-
attacked.
Yeah. I'll go, what exactly was the message Plagal delivered to you?
might be good.
So is that what you're going to ask?
Yeah, that's what I've just had. Like, let's ask.
Okay, yeah. And she says, "If you were not a recipient of the words, then I do not believe they were for you."
Of course, she'd say that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, she would say.
Yeah, I'll be like,
Of course she's going to say it. She's cryptic as hell.
yeah, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, Royal Mail with the service and whatnot.
I think the problem is Royal Mail.
Yeah. I'll just say to her, I'll be like, we need to know the severity of what's happened to Justoria. We still want to try and save her.
You have your trinket, and she waves vaguely at the ruby, the fist-sized ruby, that nebulous size, and says, "Why are you here if you have the means to return? I would say that your princess has requested that you stay away, so it seems. Demon or otherwise." And she looks at Arya and she says that. Because it was Arya that told her, what she said.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of.
And Arya's holding Diogenes, of course.
Yeah. Just gonna turn round and not like kind of like.
You want a body checker so you can. Aye.
Yeah, it'd be like, right, we should finish the ritual and then find Magna. What do you think? And everyone answered at once.
No, I'm just
Why not,
thinking.
Yeah, I know it is hard.
Yeah. It's a tough one, isn't it?
So all the queen wanted was to just essentially come to our rescue because Justoria asked her.
Well, the implication is Justoria sent Plagal off with a message for somebody, it seemed.
Yes.
That seemed to be, go speak to the Elf Queen, and who else could get there other than a full elf, right? Being Plagal.
Hey,
Yeah.
And you're also a full elf, right? It's just full elves are the ones that can get free access through the woods unless they fall out of favour with the queen. Whereas half elves aren't even elves, right? So yeah, according to elves.
I'm a mutt. It's fine. I'll deal with it.
Just a little bit fey. That's all I'm gonna say, and not too loudly so that Serene gets a bit upset. Yeah, and because of that, right? So Plagal obviously played postman, and delivered the royal mail between princess to queen, and yeah, the queen obviously made a doorway for yous wherever yous were. So beyond that, that's it, right? That's all you know. The as to whys, who knows?
She was like really chill when she opened the box of the bracelet, like almost like she knew it was going to come. Maybe a theory.
Yeah, you could read into that, I suppose, if you wanted. Yeah, almost like she had made her peace already, regardless of what happened. Heads up would have been nice, though.
I really don't think that the Queen's gonna be much help to us now.
Tell her that.
No, wait. I think she will. At the end of the day, the last thing we had to do in Horizon was search their archives, and I feel like that's information maybe the Queen would have instead of us having to go back. She might have collected all kinds of stuff that we could learn here.
That is true.
Having to go back. Okay.
Well, we did find out the Queen actually lied, right? And we found that out.
Did you?
Fact.
Yes.
Did we not? Was there some sort of incident?
Well, do you tell me what do you think the lie was, and I'll say what I think about whether or not that was confirmed as a lie.
Something to do with Magna and his shoes. His red shoes.
Yeah.
He doesn't wear shoes. You're right. She was lying.
Was it about Magna resurrecting Vishal?
Magna being the reason for Vishal? Was it something like that?
So, to remind everybody, the Queen's words back then, and if people want to correct me by bringing up the YouTube video, please do, but I'm pretty sure it was the exact wording of that was Magna's hand in that, when you asked if he was responsible.
Yes.
Oh, but Arya's insight found that he had no clue of Vishal, right? Or something like that? Or maybe
So,
not.
when you asked Magna about it, he said, well, as much as he answered any of the questions, he seemed to not know who Vishal was. Yeah.
Okay, but you can sort of create something as a byproduct, I guess. So, I guess.
Yeah, but remember, all these like old sort of people and like magic-y people, they might have more than one name. So that's not a guarantee either way. So we don't know which one of them to trust, essentially.
Why did you throw that into the mix?
Because it's true. That's why.
That's how my book read.
Also, I feel like Magna's playing a game like this. Maybe I don't know if this is Magna, but Magna's playing a game which is like against gods, and so maybe there can be a bit of a misunderstanding when it comes to the full realms of magic and control and stuff. And
D&D 5e.
Mis-events could happen from his actions with not knowing the full knowledge of things, I guess.
Or like, on his, one of his dissertation projects in Wizard College years ago was a random resurrection spell that, Vishal found years later, and then technically everybody was telling the truth,
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, what can we do right now?
Bring it back.
Yeah.
Okay, this is great. But,
sorry.
Good stuff, guys.
It's the charts go away back into Riz's pocket. I just like the charts.
The lines get blurred.
It's because you're paying too much attention in the forest that blurs the lines. That's why.
Okay. All right. Before I completely lose track of what's going on.
Yes.
So we're in front of the Elven Queen. What can we get out of the forest before we leave? Because we're basically going to leave if we say there's no reason for us to be here.
Yes. And she hasn't kicked you out yet, so there's something to read into that.
Yeah.
So, ask her what we're wanting to find out. And the library, we could also mention that about Magna not having any idea who Vishal was.
Okay. Last thing she said was right, we can't go back or something? Or
Last thing who said?
the Elven Queen, was it that?
She said
The-
if you wanted to go back, you have your trinket, and she motioned to the ruby, the red, like the Eye of Janus. But she also then said it would seem like the princess didn't want that.
Right, well, on the tail end of, well, the princess wouldn't want that, then Bashir will clap his hands together and he'll say, right, well, pressing on with our journey, what we seek are answers still. I know you got a lot of that last time we were here, but perhaps you can provide us some more generic historical information. We have a number of things to explore and investigate. If that's a problem, then perhaps you could take us to the Golden Citadel.
She smiles and she sits down, crosses her legs, leans back into her, vine encrusted throne with all different types of branches and brambles twisted into it, and she just smirks at you and she goes, "So I look old enough to be a historian, then?" It's just the biggest shit-eating grin on her face.
Bastiel says, still the fairest of them all.
And she sits up straight again and she says, "Ask your questions and keep them brief."
Okay.
Yeah, we're bad at that.
Okay, let's check our goals, the general goals there. Okay.
Okay, let's see what we can find out from
She
her.
then says, "I will give you one each," and
Right.
looks to the group.
Ooh, not it first. Not me.
We seem to all be playing a game of not it.
I'm just thinking on how to.
So I'm gonna roll, right, a d5,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
because let's face it, it's the easiest way to get through the stress of that. Right. So
I hate you a little bit because I've got bad luck.
so Riz is up first.
Okay, so mine. I'm sorry, guys,
Yeah, go for it.
but I want you all dead. Anyway, I'm emotionally invested in this in another way, so mine's a bit off topic.
Go for it.
That's
It's your
okay.
question. It doesn't matter. Yep.
Elven Queen, and I bow. So she knows I am asking something of her.
Mhm.
Is there any way my connection with you could be re-established? And my elven brethren?
She looks at you and she says, "Yes."
Oh, can I follow up? Is that open to follow up?
She then
I wanna say,
kind of like
it's
sits
through
in
her,
her.
right?
What's through her? Sorry.
The resolution, I imagine.
I
She
mean,
is the-
all elves are mystically connected to the queen, so you want to read into that if you want.
yeah.
And she doesn't like. She seems like completely unfazed in any kind of emotional state shift as to you're asking that, like as if she doesn't seem pleased or upset or anything. Right? She's still her, her at peace self that she is.
Mm-hmm.
And then she kind of looks to the others to see what question comes next, and we roll to see who.
Don't do it.
It's Arya.
Okay.
Panic. I'm good. Keep in mind, use can. Keep in mind, use can. It's not a d20 roll, and use can. Luckily, talk to each other. Remember, as players before I'm asking and answering. FYI.
I'm tempted to ask her who she thinks is attacking all of these personalities.
Yes.
Or
But
why
you
would anybody
have.
want all of these people died. But I think she already thinks that it's... Didn't she already think it's Magna somehow or something? I can't remember. No. It was the...
Well, didn't you tell
It was
her
somebody else that
the
that
spearman
pointed a finger
works
at
for
Magna.
Magna? So you kind of told her it was Magna.
Yeah, but we thought it was... To be honest, Magna took away the spearman, so that was a decent, like,
Because remember, you told her about the Dwarf King
assumption.
and what you did with him.
Mm.
And arguably anything that happened with Kitty present, she'll know.
Ooh, yes, I am just thinking.
Don't know, does anybody have any suggestions for Arya's question? Relevant to what
I
she's mentioned so
generally
far?
like. I'm tempted to just ask her like, what do you advise we do next? I'm tempted to be asking her that, like, or where do you advise we go next?
Oh yeah.
She might know things, her birds and her bees. Well, not necessarily, but you know what I mean. Like that sort of like idea that she will know.
This is when she
things of
sent
the
you on a
world.
fetch quest for like 7 jars of like the finest bee honey from the cliffs of bees. Yeah.
True Rod.
Well, no, not in that sense.
She'll probably say that she'll probably wonder to what end, like what should we do next to what end, and then she'll be vague about it if we don't know in terms of gaining what or seeking what.
Yes. Okay, let's have a think for a second. Who might be at danger next? Like, who else might be at danger?
A danger
Chris.
or in danger?
The White Queen?
I don't really think the White.
Because it was Dwarf King.
Hmm.
It was Justoria, and it was the Elf Queen. Who else is like a leader of a similar faction that might be a risk? Because we could probably go there and try to help them, or
Archdruid.
Oh, who's in danger? All right. I thought you said who
like the
is.
ones that are in danger.
I
You
am
said
the
Sorry,
danger.
Who might be in danger next?
I thought you said who is a danger, and I'm like, everyone.
Crumbar
We
steps
have
forward.
no
I am the
friends.
danger.
Yeah, the White could be an option there.
Yeah, one of the 5. Could find out about the black and green. Shit. Kicking things. Could find out about black and green. Going down the list. The Crusader Knight could follow up on that. I know you ran into them before.
They're at the Avista now, am I right in saying that?
I mean, last you
Wait, she
heard they were
just said
heading
something
towards
about.
the Golden Citadel. It was the last you knew of
Just
them.
said something about Magna and his child being a demon now, but that's like based on what we said.
Yeah, because
I
you
don't
told her
quite
your story as a
understand how
demon.
Well, I said I was planning to say she's.
She
like
said
demon
Magna
light
seems to
because
have
she
birthed
did
a
that.
demon to pull the veil over
Yeah, she
the
put it that way.
subjects of his kingdom. Yeah, is what she said because it was very elven and fey-like.
Yes. I don't know. I'm just a bit worried. Guys, no, I need ideas. Sorry. Rain, what else could I ask? Because otherwise, I'm tempted to be like, who do you think would be next? Should we go help them, sort of thing. But
She'll just say something like, I should hope not me.
I know.
Some way that we find out the location.
Wait. When we got there, you gave me an idea. When we got there, she just said that she just narrowly avoided, like, not now, but first time. She just said she narrowly avoided an attempt on her life, right?
Yeah,
Or something of the sort.
100%.
Why don't we ask about that? How she
Yeah,
avoided it?
that's good.
Hmm.
Yeah, who was it? If she knows anything about it, like.
Well, you know, it was the spear, though,
Yes.
because we described it and she was like, oh shit.
Okay, so just Eremos then. Right.
I believe there was motions of her putting her hand over where the wound may have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Tomato.
thing is, right, like, up until now, without our assistance, she's the only only one that we know of that was able to recover without assistance.
Mhm.
So I don't know if like that thing that Justoria is now just wasn't gonna die, or if my Revivify did something and they're now demonic and brought back to life and probably may have, God knows if, worked. But with her, she like dealt with it and got over it before we even got here. So I think Arya would be curious about that, like what was different about that attack.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
What do you think the fan forums would answer that as, out of interest?
Okay. Should I ask something like that? What do you guys think? Because I think that would be quite interesting. See what she has.
I
that
say
the
go
other
ahead.
ones didn't.
I say go ahead.
Yeah, because then the end goal is basically finding out if Justoria is still alive. That's
and
handy.
Justoria might have. She might tell us that Justoria has access to the same sort of magics, and that that could reassure us that Justoria might actually be okay after all. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
I'll
would just word your question very carefully then.
That's what I'm trying to do.
How are you not dead? Is a bad question, for example.
I think it's a great question.
Because her answer would be bullshit, like, I yet live. That's why.
Good enough an answer for me.
Mm. To be fair, a lot has happened since you last met her. Also, thank you very much. Wonderful Galadriel's face there. Picking a wee Frodo up. It's like literally the elf queen for you guys. Thank you for the follow.
By the way, did I notice, because the Guardian does radiant damage, did it look like it was really like disintegrating Justoria?
It
Full-on
didn't.
thing.
It didn't look pleasant at all.
Ouchie.
However you wish to imagine unpleasantness. Yeah.
Okay.
So it diced her up into sushi.
It's just
Yeah.
hard to see because she was also wreathed in fire. So
Oh, right. Obscuring.
yeah, her strangely demonically oily, energy-ridden skin was covered in regenerative, restorative fire, then stabbed through with a celestial blade.
She had a bit of a rash because she ate
Mhm.
grapes at dinner and she forgot she's allergic.
Yeah, vastly.
Right.
Yeah. Vastly allergic. What does that even mean? So, what's the wording of this question, Arya? And luckily, you've bought everybody a load of time to perfect their questions.
Yes. So I will say, may I ask, Your Kindness, Your Highness, for some information on what kind of magic or assistance prevented your own demise when you were attacked just before we met you?
Imagine her response. Let me just take a wee time out here. Imagine her response was just, "Yes, you may."
Ooh.
And then that was your one question. That would be bullshit. So anyway,
Oh.
no. So you said what
So
magic's
now it's just being
basically
polite.
yeah, it's like what magic prevented your demise? Is that what you asked?
Yeah, with magics or assistance, because I was thinking maybe somebody else helped her, but it might not have been magic.
And she says to you, "My demise."
Apologies, I didn't. I
What have you done?
Arya kind of like tries to figure out if like how to say like, are you immortal sort of thing, kind of. But well,
Yeah.
apologies. As far as I know, their death is possible for, well, everybody. So the attacks seem to have been very serious, and if not for the assistance received in the precisely right time,
She kind of like leans
we know
in
that
to
they
the
would not
part where
have
you realise that she's now
survived.
kind of
I
standing.
cannot
So she's standing in front of you now, again without even moving, and she kind of leans in and she goes, "Everything that lives can be killed, but not everything that lives will die." And then she's back on her throne again, as if having never been in front of you. And then she tilts her head round and we find out who she looks at next.
Uh,
That it.
Riz again!
Bloody hell.
It's not.
Yes, I have another question.
Imagine that's how it worked, that'd be bullshit. You play the question roulette. Bastiel, it's you, buddy.
Okay.
I am broken.
Yeah.
please don't break.
Mm.
Well, I've been trying to get a bead on this old kingdom. We find ourselves entangled inseparably from dragons, and even Justoria, even Magna, won't disclose much on that. Will you familiarize me with the red?
And she looks at you and she says, And what dealings with the red do you assume I have?
A witness to the ages.
And she says, if by familiarize you wish scale and colour, then large and red.
No. This won't do.
Are you dissatisfied with my answers?
I just know you have more to offer.
Then perhaps you should have asked for more.
In that case, how do I say that? That's not familiarized, but the same word. Thesaurus me.
Send me to the red, and also bring everybody else with you.
Wait.
Yeah.
Let's do that again.
Wait.
Here we go again.
Give me a drop out.
In that case, perhaps acquaint is a better word. Something I can work with, a starting point. Help me understand. Paint me a picture. In red.
She stares at you for a couple of seconds and then says, the forest burns. I will have no part in allowing that.
How will you stop it when it comes? When it's at your door?
And then she kind of like gestures her hands out to either side to like the forest that's around you. And she says, as you yourself said, I am of the ages. And yet here I am. That was a wee
Interesting.
cheeky flex on her part, by the way. Just
It's
saying,
still,
yeah.
it's still information. Like it does say a lot.
Yeah, to let you know that she has held back Magna and all 5 dragons. Just keep in mind that she put Cerule in the naughty box as well. The mother of sorcery. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you have learned a lot about the Queen.
Yeah, I'm pretty content with my
She's just
question.
not particularly helpful.
Nope.
She has have some kind of mechanism exists to hold it off, if it has ever come for her, or we learn that it has never come for her.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, like she's
Yeah.
got like a wee deal with it on the side, like us last. Everybody else first, us last. Cheers.
yeah.
Throws him a fish, you know, whatever.
Politics. Yeah,
Mm.
we will not have that. Okay then, that's me. That's my
Yep.
question.
Yep. Oh, Crombar.
Yeah.
This has been perfectly timed to have left Serene last.
Oh yeah, so it has. Right. Well, I want to know where Magna is, but I also want to know where.
Well, you've already asked
Uh,
her if she knows where Magna is, and she said you already have an
Yeah.
item that can answer that for you. So,
Yeah, I'll just see if she can answer about the Great Gold Worm.
mm.
It's like I need to find my I need to find my leader. Tell me, do you know where the Great Gold Worm is? I did see him in a dream, and he was in, and I'll just like describe the place, like the kind of like Egyptian-esque, kind of stylings and stuff. It's like, do you know do you know of a place like this, or where this style is from?
And she stands and kind of walks closer to you, and she says, "Show me this place, then, if you will." And she puts her hand out for you to take it.
Yep, I will just take her hand.
Yep. And then you are reliving the dream.
Okay.
It's a phrase I never thought I'd say. You're reliving the dream instead of just
Yeah.
living the dream.
Like, am I conscious in it, or is it just like a kind of
Oh, it's like
playback?
just like as if you're rewatching it, but aware
Right,
that you're
okay,
watching Crumbar
okay.
go through the motions and stuff, and like as Crumbar in the vision is experiencing things, you're getting the
Mhm.
sensation of them as well,
Yeah, right.
And you're like brushing past the kind of like the silks
Mhm.
on the walls and stuff like that, and you're feeling it as well as if it's happening to you. It's probably quite discomforting at first. Like, you know, people getting nauseous at VR. And
Mm.
the Queen just seems to like step around the room as if, and obviously we have that nice fancy blurry vision vibe of the stuff that Crumbar doesn't remember from the dream. And she looks around and she says, "Yes, I am familiar with this architecture." And then she steps back, back in, like, and she lets go. Everybody else just sees her let go of Crumbar's hand after he took it. And she sits back down and she says, "That would be Omen."
Fuck off.
What? Wow.
And then she turns to Serene.
Oh,
Whoa.
I get a question. I don't know. I don't know what I should ask. I don't.
Well, you do nature stuff, right? So this is like the top dog, apart from the Archdruid.
You know what to do. Just ask,
Yeah.
ask her how she's doing.
Well, that's what I was like. Oh, should I ask her what her favorite flower?
Yeah, why not?
Don't know. But yeah, the way that everyone else is kind of talking to her, I just kind of. She seems like she's some kind of oracle. So
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, oh, she must know everything. She can just answer any questions about anything. Okay.
Safe.
So, hello. Happened to my home?
So I missed the very first bit. Was it what happened?
Yeah. What happened to my home?
And she says, "Tell me where your home is."
Well, I told you. It's the Kenwoods.
And then she kind of sits and stares at you for a couple of seconds, and then she says, "It would seem like the Cairnwoods have come under incursion." And she looks at the rest of them and says, "It seems like your companions are well suited to assist you with this, given their familiarity with these incursions, or hellholes as they call them." If you say anything, I never got
Would
it.
explain.
Yep.
That would explain a lot.
And she says, "The source of these hellholes would appear to be the initial breach at the abyss, also pertinent to your newfound colleagues, it would seem."
Thank you.
She just
Yeah.
smiles at that.
I'm just kind of like turn to the others and kind of like, she actually answered my question, guys. This is very exciting.
Yeah.
Should be honoured. It's a miracle.
And
A straight answer.
she looks at the group and says, "Well then." And just stares at everybody.
You're in a rush.
Do you actually say that to her? Yeah.
Yeah.
God. Arya bows, quite respect. In thanks.
And then she'll reply to Bastiel, because obviously her focus is on him at that statement, and she goes, "Do you think so little of my time?"
Never.
And she just
Very about
blinks. She just blinks.
With the like xylophone sound.
Yup. So what do you still do? What's the plan?
Guess we better chat.
Well, I think it's a bad idea going back to Justoria, because I think if we do, it's going to be a hell of a fight.
No pun
Should we go
intended.
Golden Citadel Library then?
I still want to try. I like. I know we shouldn't go back, but I kind of want to go back
Back where?
What Omen?
Back to the Future.
to to a thingy
The Old Kingdom?
Horizon.
Okay, Horizon. Right, okay, not the Old Kingdom.
Yeah, I want to go back too. Like, I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
What
Famous
about Celeste?
New campaign.
We should wait at least a day before going back. So, you know, Magna will be back, I'm sure. To clear
Well,
that
the
up.
thing is the reason I want to go back is if she is dead, done, and dusted, I want to do funeral rites on her so that nothing can bring her back.
That's a good point. But I feel like anything that would want to bring her back could bring her back regardless.
Nah, you did need to be using a wish spell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like anything that would want to do that can do that. Because
Ah,
it's gods and shit. I don't know, man.
You've always got your most accessible favoritist god ever, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
What if we could tell Celeste to block that off? Take her soul and destroy it. Microwave it.
What?
Magna's back in my bad books anyway.
Oh, really?
That's true. After the
Yeah.
elf.
How so?
Well, he is the one that runs Omen. In fact, no, wait. Because Magna said to us that he didn't recognize the place when I described it to him.
Correct.
So,
Everything aside,
someone's lying, basically.
his
Well done.
basic D&D class is wizard, which is what? High intelligence. He can lie to us. Like,
Yeah, but this is what I'm
fundamentally-
saying. Like, I'm assuming so the Elf Queen could also lie as well, because she clearly wants me to get Magna out of the picture.
So do you, though. You clearly wanted Magna out of the picture when you spoke to her initially. So she merely
That's what I'm saying,
reflected
we
your
should
own
have
desires.
spiderism.
Yeah, exactly. But I want to get. I would have got it. I want him out of the picture for honest reasons, not if it's. Oh yeah, that's here, that's here. Like so.
Yeah.
Currently, both are in my bad books till I find out exactly who has the
Yeah.
GGW, and then whoever doesn't, whoever ends up lying to me, vengeance shall be swift.
There we go. Yeah. I
Okay.
think that's a perfect way to think about it.
Mhm.
But right
Well-
now, I want to deal with Justoria, but
Alright.
which would involve going back to Horizon. But obviously, I understand that that might not be what everyone else wants to do. So I want to hear what everyone else wants to do first.
And just for
I
the
might be
the recap as well, it would seem like Justoria didn't want you in Horizon. Nor
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
The
wanna
Elf Queen.
fight a demon. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I hear exactly what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll set you a new character sheet. Don't worry. There's obviously there are a whole bunch of options on the table. You have a lot of assets as a group currently.
Hmm.
You do. I don't just mean tangible things. Like you have met a lot of important people. So what's the plan?
Yeah, okay.
Part of me wants to go see Cyril in was
See
it
a-
High Rock?
Yep, see a dragon about a boat.
I was actually wanting to go see her to see if she knew.
Also, this is High Rock up here on that side.
Yeah, I'm like I was trying to like draw like a general kind of
Yep.
somewhere around there.
There.
Like to see if she could just match the place I describe.
Mm.
Yeah, there's nothing really stopping us. There's not like charges or a limit on the
Hmm.
eye. We could do that.
Yeah.
Like what?
Or we could also just literally walk there.
What
since
was that,
it's-
Riz?
What about eyeing straight into Omen? Can that be done? Because it's a god thing, right? I know there's a magical thing around Omen, right? You need to be invited or something.
So
What's an omen for us?
so Crumbar and Arya should be able to answer that for you, Riz. About using an Eye
Oh,
of
because of
Janus.
Eric, right? Is that it?
Yeah, Eric.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, I remember. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Because that would have we could have found out snuck in GGW sort of investigation.
But if that was the case, I wouldn't have been able to got there before.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's.
So
So maybe Cerule would know a way if that was.
okay, so ideally, what I want to do is take all the party, use the eye to go to the GGW right now to get him out.
Okay.
But
Okay.
what's everyone else thinking?
So, you've just agreed that you remember that Eric died trying to eye to Omen. The Elf Queen's just told you that's Omen, and now you want to kill everybody by eyeing to Omen. That's what I've
I
heard.
don't think it is Omen though.
Okay. So
Well,
where
I
are
could
you telling the
divination.
eye to go? Because
Don't tell me that.
Maybe just outside of Omen?
To the place that I seen in my vision
I see.
dream, because surely
So everybody
if that
appears
is-
inside your head.
No, so surely if that is Omen, I wouldn't have been able to have gone there in my dream, right?
I mean, I don't know, you got gold skin armor out of that dream, so I don't really know if you're using logic the right way in this game.
I
mean-
could just call him first. So, that's the qualifier to go in there. We
Yeah.
could just ask
And
for-
Also, the Queen. Can we ask the Queen? Does she know anything about gaining access to Omen?
I have a feeling we're not even in her throne room anymore.
You know, you still are. You still are, yeah.
Okay, cool.
She mostly just said, well, as if that was your
Yeah.
questions. What's, like, what now? Like, this is all pleasant and everything, but, Queen stuff to do. Like, be vague to other people.
So the current options that I see is we either go back to Justoria, go to Vishal and see if Magna's there, or go try to get the GGW.
GGW.
Thank you.
So, what he's saying is death, or quicker death?
Yeah, pretty much.
Are you done with the
I'd
game?
say
Is that
we
what it
just
is,
go to-
Scott? Are you just done with the game? Are you...
What I'm saying is I'm open to options.
I say we take the safe route and just go to the biggest library we know that isn't in Horizon. Golden Citadel Library.
The thing is,
just do
I don't want to go to a library when Justoria is
Yeah,
in
it does feel
a
like a ticking clock.
fucked up
doesn't it?
state.
What was that, Riz?
It's like,
I was saying it does feel like a ticking clock to
mm,
sort of saying.
Okay. I mean, I don't mind going back because I expect.
So what's the
Magna to be
plan?
there.
What's the game plan, right? I think there's a better thing to, because you're saying, oh, we should go back to do something, but what's the something you're going to do?
either save Justoria, or if she is
Okay, now let's not skimp on details. Save her from what and how?
okay, either bring her back to, restore her back to humanity
How?
and life with resurrection.
Right, but you'd have done that. You'd have done Revivify on her.
Shit, yeah, that's a good point.
Also, if we're the ones to kill her, then will definitely fry us.
Not if we're
Technically, if people are going to track people's magical signatures, you have left a trace of magic on her.
mm,
Yeah, we
Hmm.
would have.
Both Bastiel and Arya. So,
Holy shit.
yeah. So if Magna comes back and finds her in whatever state, regardless, he will reasonably be able to work out who that was, given how long
Yeah, but
he's
she'll
spent in
just
your
tell
presence.
him, Dad, you keep ruining all my friendships.
She's a-
Yeah, like stop being a helicopter parent. We don't even know what those are yet.
I mean, if she was all demonified,
Stop being a
and
sycamore
evil,
seed parent. There we go.
if she was all demonified and evil, would we be planning on, stopping her?
I would like to fight the demon boss.
Yeah. I would also like to fight the demon boss.
How does Serene feel about the words "I would like to fight the demon boss"?
Well,
Couple of things.
So, do you want to give us your overview, both from obviously Kirsten and Serene's perspective, out of character, obviously,
oh yeah.
just over what everybody's been discussing, because you've obviously been listening a lot, but how do you feel
Yeah.
be honest.
Oh, no, we never got that. Audio problems
I don't
again. Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up to the microphone and
There we
maybe
go.
you can hear me.
Kind of better.
Hi.
Hello.
I don't know. On some level, well, from Serene's standpoint, fighting a demon boss sounds great. She doesn't like demons.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just thinking,
No,
if
joking.
going back to Horizon's the best thing when got sent out of there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's not a good idea. It's almost like she told us herself to get out, and then the queen. I don't know. I think Magna.
Mhm.
Oh my god,
That's his
this
name.
guy's
Yep, that's his name.
Yeah.
Magna. His name
Is,
literally translates as power, by the way.
Yeah,
That is the
Power Man. Is a good option.
Mr. Power. Yep.
What Arya was saying to connect. Well, like, we need to tell him. Also, a lot of things go to him as well. It's sort of like the golden boy for like quests.
Mm.
It'd be awesome if we could get to Thingy, his place, but everyone's sort of failed.
Yeah, it's not actually the worst thing to say, because let's face it, you've got his daughter in jeopardy, or dead, or not dead, or demon, all of the above. You've got Eremos, which you all believed he controlled. And then the Elf Queen's like, oh, look, this is Omen. For GGW prison, which is Magna's capital. The city that he only allows people that he wants into it. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, the place if you try and go there, you die.
Yes, so right in the middle.
That's cool.
Yep,
got it.
that big middle bit.
Yeah.
That's Omen. That's the capital of the Wizard King's kingdom, full of magical wizard people, and MD else he likes. And you can only go there if you're invited, essentially. So, it's not like Magna doesn't have a bunch of arrows pointing at him, just from this session alone, never mind every other session. However, Arya isn't necessarily wrong in saying, maybe it's just nice or courteous to say, by the way, your daughter was stabbed, sorry.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if you're on his pseudo-good books, right?
Hmm.
Given the meal you've had, because it really depends on where you want to end up on the Magna spectrum.
So do you think get in touch with Magna then, Arya?
Maybe, but I don't know. The first time we spoke to him, he didn't really like talk to us, more like talk at us, and then we talked stuff to him that we probably shouldn't have revealed, like all of them. So I don't know.
Hmm.
I think he
So-
can do any magic thing we do, and that's kind of a waste of time. You know, he can stop us finding out anything we want through magic. He is magic.
Hmm.
Imagine he found out you were using God to find out stuff about him. Oh,
Exactly. He's hella racist.
God racist. He's God racist. Oh dear. Okay.
But yeah, maybe we should find Magna first and just be like, hey bro, that little shit went and stabbed your daughter.
Yeah, that's big news, isn't it?
Mhm,
Eremos.
mhm,
Like dropping that
Yeah.
name with him, and he's associated with him in the past. It could
mhm.
create waves.
Hmm.
Waves in my magically controlled seas? Not likely. They fetch my pipe.
Flatter than ever.
So the only place I can think that he might be though is in the Shell's kingdom.
Or use the eye as a focus and try and channel some magic
Yeah.
towards him, right? Like, you have thought of that also.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to work, I'm just saying you have these options. You could travel to wherever Vashal was and be like, have you seen the Wizard King? Did he come by?
Ah,
Also, here's a latte this time. Sorry, we didn't bring it last time.
okay, so want to try that then? Shall we focus
Yeah.
the?
I'm up for a teleport somewhere. Why not?
Shall
It's always
we-
worked out before.
All we do is teleport in this.
To
This
the
one.
shout. That's all it does. We never realized that. Oh, this eye goes to this place only. Oh, really?
Yeah.
It explains so much.
It's like a Hearthstone. You've already set it to that one in.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Aria, you've got the eye, so
Yeah, but I'm not sure. Confused as fuck as to what we should do. Honestly,
same.
my
a little bit.
brain is just all over the place. Must we decide now?
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just tearing it all apart in my head.
Keep in mind, you can go somewhere to discuss what to do. Keep that in mind. It isn't just immediately teleport into one of these situations. It
Why
could literally
don't we
be.
go to the
High rock.
the pub in Horizon
Oh, okay, yeah.
to
Maiden
establish a
Voyage?
base of operations? Yeah.
Yeah, good job, charisma. Then
But
leave.
wait a second.
Psych.
Weren't we in Horizon?
Yeah,
And
do we want
yeah.
to go back
Oh, yeah.
to Horizon?
Wow,
Yes.
you found the loophole.
Back, yeah.
We
That's
don't-
probably not a good place to be right now.
Well,
Yeah,
definitely not the picnic place, but
The Palace
I mean-
Gardens, yeah.
if we go to the pub, at least we'd know what kind of.
We don't know what may have happened after we left. If it was like so little, right? If the danger that the Soria tried to push us away from, was so tiny and limited to there, then surely she could have just teleported us somewhere close to that. But no, she teleported us quite freaking far away. So
And
that
Yeah,
to me says
okay,
that
yeah.
that place
she
was
also sent
very
Ruya,
dangerous
which is
and
the
she
very
tried to get
important
us.
detail.
Yeah.
Which meant she had the wherewithal to at least send Ruya there. Or to
Mm.
stop Ruya getting to Magna.
Yeah. So that's also another thing that worries me. She didn't want Ruya to actually get to Magna, so I don't know.
Right.
It's a whole lot of things that can end with us getting pasted.
So, like,
So
they said, like, if you wanted
so can we
time
just go
to.
somewhere?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you wanted time to decompartmentalize, you could just ask the Queen if you could stay in the forest. Or you could ask. You
Yes.
could go to High Rock because you know the governor.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
I was about
Yeah,
to say
actually, yeah.
exactly that. We can go to High Rock and then from there we can have a talk with what's her face?
Cyril.
Celeste, and see what
So,
she thinks.
Cyril.
Or
Right.
Celeste. I mean.
Or both, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
both.
Hmm.
Well, don't
Yeah,
you want to do the
okay, we're
golden
doing
worm?
that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
So, the
I'll take control then.
Oh,
And I'll just say to the Elkanahs, like, thank you for inviting us to the woods. However, we'd like to go to High Rock now. If you could point us in the direction.
So we're good.
and she smiles and literally just points to, like, you know, a random direction. You can imagine what way she points, just some random way.
Away.
With a
So-
particular finger.
Um,
Her pointing
and-
finger.
Yeah, and I'll just say thank you, Your Majesty, and I'll head off in that direction.
She stands as you all head through the woods in that direction, unless anybody's saying anything else to her before you leave.
I will say before I leave, I hope that I can gain favor in Her Majesty's eyes. I do a deep bow. Well, I hope that I don't know. Maybe I look for
Yeah.
a moment to see if it was
Don't
received.
I do a deep bow, then fuck off.
Yeah.
Actually, I
Flip her
fall
the
over a
bird.
little bit, but Ruya goes, "Why are you flipping me?" But no, she, as you say, like, you know, I hope I can gain favor in the Queen's eyes. She says, "As do I."
Follow my companions.
Hmm.
Okay. And I take the eye out and focus very, very intently on, you know, saying hi to Cyril and probably go into that nice, like, you know, restaurant again.
So not the alleyway.
With the
Not the
heel.
alleyway, no. The shaft alleyway, no.
I don't think
I'm joking. Obviously, I don't have restaurant in mind at this point, but just saying.
I mean,
don't
that'd be
think we need
hilarious.
AI, because aren't we just going to walk there? Because it's like
Nope.
Well, the risk of walking there is you've tried that before
We
and you
did
just get
travel.
distracted by a flying castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's always
yeah.
dangerous.
So it's been enough time that
So,
that dungeon's
you know, we
reset,
could
so
use
that'll
the-
happen again, sadly.
all the mobs have respawned.
Yeah.
Which I guess
Okay.
means we'd get XP. So
You just get a
yeah,
set. No,
that's
it's not that. You just get a
Let's
second
not.
mark.
Yeah.
He's
Wait,
the
oh no.
Okay.
he's the question
Yeah.
word.
I'm okay with walking then.
So yeah, it's up to you because obviously as you walk through the woods, it parts ways and you are outside the woods again. Obviously, so if on the map you are like now here and there's now off in the distance, the long distance of about what is that, like 150 miles or something. There's High
Oof.
Rock on the horizon. Yeah,
Mm.
Maybe
God
use the eye.
damn.
it's maybe about
Maybe just
maybe about 100 miles, maybe. Yeah. If the abyss is 200 miles long, then yeah, it's about 100.
it's like 4 days, like at normal travel sort of thing.
If the abyss would completely fuck you up, then how long will it take us to?
Yep.
Screw in a lot.
So what's the plan then? You just get out and
If you just want to teleport, I'll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get right in her court,
Might as
right?
well.
Right up in her grill.
We
I mean,
What's up?
my favourite thing is some of you might be wanted in High Rock depending on how things played out after the last time, but we'll see when we get there, right?
Oh shit! You guys have already been there.
Yeah.
I was a horse. I was a horse.
There's so much. Wow.
Amazing.
Just when I thought I knew what was going on.
As
I know
the
nothing.
as the forest kind of closes the passageway back up behind you, I think Arse and Dunderbelly go, we didn't even get questions.
Aww.
That's right for Dr. Bella.
Oh. Not Arse though, poor Arse. So yeah. Dunderbelly just goes, well, I remember this walk, and then goes to start heading off unless somebody's pulling out a Eye of Janus to teleport the party.
Hello. Yes.
Mhm.
I make everybody hold hands, and then I hold the Eye of Janus.
Mhm.
And think
Circle
very, very hard.
time.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Yep,
Okay.
I consent.
So,
Okay.
so this fancy rock takes you places.
Mhm.
Yes, it is given to us by the god of travel. After we defeated him, well, entertained him in
Thank-
chess.
Arse puts a finger and goes, old god of travel, and smiles.
And yes.
I'll look at Arse actually, and then I'll say, "It's like, wait, who's the new god of travel then?"
What?
And then Arse just smiles and goes, there is no new god, there is just the god of travel and the old god of travel. And she smiles and nods.
Who is the current god of travel?
Perhaps you should learn. And she smiles.
Aya.
You know that way I'm just like fucking backhand this bitch.
No.
But yeah, sorry. Yeah, head off to High Rock.
We.
So Arya, what goes through your head when you hold the jewel aloft?
I think of all the things that we left behind in High Rock.
Okay.
And all the things that I'm kind of hoping we'll find again. And also, I'm
Well-
thinking very hard of like the people that we know are there, which would be Cyril.
Mhm.
And I kind of like there in my head's like I'm not saying it out loud,
Mhm.
like going like essentially. Oh God, I forgot the name of the god of travel, but
Janus.
Jane. Duh.
It's the eye of him.
Guys, I'm
That's
so
the
sorry.
old
okay.
god.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Uh, Hello again, Janus. Please grant us your assistance in getting to High Rock safely. And I kind of like focus on High Rock and kind of hope that it just like
We just
spits us
get
in
there.
there.
Yeah, and about like 5-10 feet away from the group, a big swirly, spinny red portal appears.
Just go.
I'm already
What?
like looking at the stone, almost like kissing it, like but almost
Hmm.
like I'm talking into it, sort of thing. And
My
like,
precious, yes.
and then I just put it away and kind of like motion to the guys, kind of like, come on.
Just jump in. Just like wee.
We.
Okay.
Yeah, and as you all head in, R says, "I'll meet you there," and then, just flies straight up.
There's a part of me that's tempted
Correct.
to just. They would have just tempted to like grab him by the arm and just like, jump with him, see what happens if he jumps that way. But hey, okay, fine. Be special like that. Okay, so we're going, and did we get there? We there?
No, it's the end of the session,
Is it
so
ended?
that's the close of the session. We cliffhanger on who knows where you end up,
Uh-oh.
because that's how we do it.
Yes.
Yes, very much so, Riz. That's just people after one day in the Elf Queen's Forest when they're not invited.
Yeah.
Like everything looks the same. So what are we calling this session?
Sexy lamp.
Serenity.
Oh,
Could do. But
Package
we could
received.
put like unexpected results.
mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What was the main thing that happened? I also still really like Sacrificial Lamp, but that's just because it's a really dumb thing to say.
That's just because it said lamp.
Mostly Lamp. Unexpected Journey is not terrible, to be honest.
You.
We also had so you started off with Demon Gestoria. You then had a surprise visit in the woods with Serene. And then you had a gateway to another set of woods with the Elf Queen again. Royal Mail is pretty damn good, to be fair, as well.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, no, Plague.
There's a fucking. There we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a watermelon on that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yep.
I like that one a lot.
Also, Plagal, if you're ever watching or listening, I'm sorry I made you a postman. So
I've actually been talking to him recently about some stuff, so I'll mention it to him that
Class
Uh,
change.
he got postman patted.
So, goals. Did any happen? Talk me through it.
Okay.
Also, have I given you access to any of this? You have, right? I did. Good. I did this. Good. I'm getting so good at this introducing new players to all the bullshit part. Well done, past Ryan.
Well practiced by this point.
Yeah, right. Between
Oh.
3 games. Yes. So, any of these
Nothing.
happen?
No.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Nothing.
So, out of the general goals, what is changing?
I think the 2 Horizon ones should get put
Yeah.
to the side just now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll move them over. So,
Thank you.
because I don't think we're gonna go to Horizon anytime soon. But what I do think we could do is make a goal be
These make terrible
Right.
goalies, just FYI. They're very small.
Ha.
Thank you.
it might need a bit of more work. Find out the damage to Horizon.
Have 100,000 XP for that pity laugh.
Yes.
Oh,
So
wow.
Oh, dear.
or sorry, no, find out the extent. Oh wait.
We're
Wait.
getting
I've
there.
almost
We can see
got
it.
that.
That's it.
Oh,
Anything else while he's typing up things to be altered? We...
Right, there we go. Find out the extent of the damage to Horizon after Justoria went all demon mode.
Okay. The assumption there is that there was damage to Horizon at all.
Well, yeah, but that's why we would find out the extent of it, because there could be no damage. That would be
Sure.
No.
Yeah. Fair.
extent, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm wondering, is the wording of that correct?
But then, yeah. Sure. Let's go with that.
Okay. What about find out if it's safe to return to Horizon?
What would let you know that? What would be the... Then, okay, now we know. Without going
would-
there. And then...
Yeah.
I was honestly gonna say Senruria.
You know, like Ruya isn't a cruise missile. It's a bird that has to travel the
It's a
world.
bird and I love her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't hurt my bird. Don't
So
hurt my bird or I'll hurt you.
green,
It's like I will
red.
fuck you up.
Careful.
I have spiders at my thingy and
Yeah.
fire.
It's called nightmare
You
fuel.
won't like
I'll have you know.
Exactly.
So
Nightmare fuel is definitely
Right.
a thing.
regardless of that, you've put a goal in about Horizon after removing 2 Horizon goals because you said you didn't want to deal with Horizon. So that's interesting. Eremos'
well,
location, is
yeah.
that still on the cards?
That's still gonna be important in the long run, I think.
Okay.
I think we should add something about Cyril because we're likely to meet with her and see.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, that
what
seems to
her
be the next
stance
arc,
is on
right?
this and if she's willing.
Yeah.
Basically, meet with Cyril to find out if she has valuable information, because she might know shit
About what?
about a variety of things. She might have figured out how the fuck Eremos suddenly got older and murdery.
Oh yeah, magic
She
stuff.
might be able to know exactly, yeah, magic stuff.
Access
She
to
might be
thingy as
able to
well.
know if what we saw Justoria do is something that means she died
Yeah.
and came back to life or didn't die. Because again, that's my magic that I'm not sure went on as they should. And Mother of Magic, she should know this shit.
Mhm.
So it's a bunch of stuff that we could ask her, and I think it would be a good thing to like have a meeting with her and discuss current events.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, I'll
Yes.
type that in.
Cool. Right, we've got Ask Celeste for her take on Eremos' intentions and release GGW from prison. Are we keeping those 2 as well, or are they changing?
Well, yeah, because we should still do that Celeste thing because we've got it all prepared. So
Yeah, sure. Anybody else's thoughts on any of that general nonsense?
I don't like the first top one.
Okay, how would you change it?
Just
well, like I
just
say,
go
it
for
was
the
just
story, maybe.
Hold on,
That was
hold
just,
on, Scott. Let's
suggestion.
hear how he's going to diss you first.
I just maybe we should focus on the place. Focus on Justoria.
Oh okay.
Right. Yeah. So is she alive? Is she okay, or is she? Is she
I thought your
dead, or
plan was to
is she
speak to
human?
Magna about Justoria.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you were to switch it, like, I don't know why the focus is on Horizon and not Justoria.
It's like,
That's
yes.
a good point. I could actually do that. I can cast Scrying now, and I am familiar with her.
Yeah.
So if we get the materials, I can do that.
Well, the
Magna's also
reason-
a valid goal.
The reason I added in that top one about Horizon is because if we find out the state of Horizon, then we can go back to the other 2 about establishing a base of operations in Brotherhood of Pa.
Okay.
Because remember, end of the day, like we've only got 1 of the 4 items that we need, and we still need to work out how to get a Black Fang Spear.
So what you have to
Rod
do
of
is
Pa,
break
and
the
Ashram
Eye of
Armor.
Genius into 4 smaller eyes. All go on heist
That's
missions.
an option.
Yeah, but
Right,
only a
and then
quarter
have
of you
to
makes
get
it through the
jewellery.
portal.
Yeah.
So, right. I think the top one does need to be changed based on what you all just said. Yes, I think it should probably be more about Justoria than Horizon, because ultimately, I think that makes more sense than trying to put all your eggs into the Horizon basket that you are unsure is even safe. You are basically saying, did the nuke go off in Horizon? And if it didn't, are we just gonna build a house there?
We're never doing that. Fuck it. Cursed. Cursed land. Fetid demon sits in power.
I mean, make a deal with Cyril. Get property in Horizon, High Rock even. Like an office.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, use and Cyril have a business relationship as it stands. I wouldn't say use your friends. I would definitely say use your, business associates as it stands.
Ooh, let's become the mob. Let's break someone's kneecaps.
Yeah, fuck the Abyss. We'll
Your
just deal with the
ultimate
mob.
money.
Well, just become the Golden Gate Mafia or
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
The Golden Gate
Fuck.
Gang? You didn't go for that? But yeah.
Nah, 3Gs and you're out.
Okay, cool. But regardless of that, that top goal's still there. We've got finding our worst location. That's Celeste about Eremos as well, and GDW Prison. The only thing I'd say about that. So the Celeste one I'm going to say is Celeste asked you to help with Eremos.
Mhm.
So that's all I would say on that.
All right.
Right?
Okay, shall we replace that with Scry on Justoria?
Because that's kind of what you mean by that top goal, right? It's like, is
Mhm.
Justoria okay or not?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
because if she's okay, arguably Horizon will be. Unless she's finding Horizon was leveled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the main. She's like the MVP sort of thing, I think.
Yeah, it makes more sense to care about her than a city. But I
Yeah.
suppose the city is also important because of all the people that live there.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
also all the magic people, and it's likely to be the third line of defense against the Abyss, let's face it.
Yeah.
Business.
And also that would be a whole goal because I have to find a 1,000 gold item. So
Cyril's
Yeah.
like, ring finger, like just takes off a
Dude,
piece of
that's got
jewellery.
one in my back. I think ours is worth 1,000 gold, right?
Ours isn't with you now though. Didn't go through the portal.
Ah, the sneaky bitch. She knew it was about to happen.
It's like, wait a minute, I'm worth 1,000 gold. Easiest way to kill somebody, use them as a spell component.
Oh god, that is literally OP.
Yeah.
Use
Yeah.
your enemy for a spell.
Anyway, goals, guys. Let's focus in. Goals.
Yeah.
Let's keep this
Okay.
tighter if we possibly can.
I'll
Go on,
change the top
Sean.
one then, yeah?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
And what are we doing with the bottom one?
I'm keeping mine.
Oh, what the hell just happened?
Oh wait, the thing I put in, did that not go? Did people not like it?
No, it's good, but it just disappeared for me.
Yeah, mine's mine.
Yeah, that's blank.
Yeah, it's blank for me too. So
Fine, okay, I don't know
Oh.
what happened.
why don't you just Control Z on it and see what happens?
I just
sorry,
did that and it just
I wanted
got
to
rid of
press
the top
something
one.
else.
No, it has to be the person that edited
Oh!
whatever happened to Adri's.
Ah, right.
One
The
sec.
spell scrying doesn't consume the focus. It says an arcane focus worth 1,000 GP, and it doesn't
Correct,
consume it.
because
Just
what-
use the diamond. The
like it needs
Queen's
to just,
diamond.
as I said, it just needs to be a TV screen, essentially.
That's a crystal ball, the diamond, right?
I mean,
Apple.
sure.
I left it like that because remember.
You know it's worth
magic
more than
stuff we
1,000 G
wanted
as
to
well.
talk.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay. I got excited.
Imagine it cost 1,000 G to use it every time. That'd be horrible. It's like it slowly diminishes in value.
Jeez. Right.
But no, it's because you need something to view. That's why it's that component. It's the same as the brazier that lets you summon familiars. You keep the brazier.
Yeah.
Because then you use it to get familiars back.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Right, what have we got in that bottom one? Go to Cyril. Go talk to Cyril at Magic Things. Yes.
Is that cheeky to throw in magic things and setting up office or owning property?
I don't know. Go ask Cyril for favors. Is probably a better one,
like-
right?
Oh, okay.
Like,
So you can't-
Okay.
All right.
I think just go get favors from Cyril is the simplest way to put that because
Yeah, right. So get it all, the whole
Yeah.
picture.
yeah, that would be it. So I'd put that down because and I won't hold you to favors versus a favor. So
Wow.
like if you get one, I'll give you it.
You're such an evil guy. But then you show how you are kind. You're not even you point out I could have done this. It's like,
Don't make it sound like I'm virtue signaling.
yeah,
I'm just highlighting experiences maybe I
how
have had in the
great you
past.
are. Yeah.
I never used the words great, but thank you. And you want to leave this? You want to leave this quality, Alex?
Yeah.
Man.
Every session I like it, man. I'm torn.
Well, do you know what? Just
Staying.
we're all torn. like that album, Torn.
You'll float down there.
It might just be like a buffer that says like, okay, next one more session, and then just like that for a year or something.
It's right. Everyone else is left and the game's over, and it's like, nope, one more session. No, don't be
Are the
done.
goals done?
I've done my personal goal. That's done.
So
that's
personal
done.
goals, did
Yeah.
any of them change?
Yeah, mine's dead.
Right, so confirm the location of Jujiliu is the deck or the same as Omen. Okay, right, yeah, sure. Anybody else's goals?
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, you want to confirm if the Elf Queen was lying, essentially.
Yeah,
Um,
kind of be
that's
like,
fine.
right.
Anybody else's goals? Changing? No?
All good.
Serene, do you have a goal?
I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna leave it
Sure.
for this.
If you
week, I'm
think
not
of
sure.
something through the week, just let me know, ideally before Friday.
Yeah.
And we'll see if it fits or not. But yeah, feel free to have a think about that.
Okay.
Likewise, if the group also have ideas for what Serene's goals could be, feel free to suggest away.
Throw us all a party.
No. Regardless of that, though, wrap up chat time. Arya, if you're able to, do you want to run through your wrap up chat before you vanish, or are you going?
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. Well, this go ahead. Like save the day, and like kind of like pay back Justoria for all the time she saved our collective butts, but no, not meant to be. And then obviously it's a bit freaky because why did it come from my arm? I mean, obviously because I probably touched her, but it's still like a bit freaky, and Arya will be looking at her arm weirdly for like days to come, if not more. It was also really fun to have Serene join us and to see the various interaction, particularly with Ruya. I'm willing to bet that Arya likes her and trusts her now, not just because, well, obviously another person sent to us by Celeste, but also like, she and Ruya get along. This Serene person must be all right. My bird would have like pecked her eyes out by now if she wasn't. So that sort of thing. And obviously, meeting with the Elf Queen is once again a bit of a mind game, and I'm gutted I worded that wrong. But then again, my brain was already starting to fail by then, so not surprising. And I don't know. It's really nice to go back and see Cyril again. I'm really looking forward to that. So all
You're just
very
hoping for another 2
interesting,
sessions of lunch,
but
that's what I
very
hear.
unexpected session. Yes, with Eagle.
Yeah,
Yes, we'll-
eagle.
We'll eat Eagle.
Not eel, like I totally said eel.
I was
Yeah.
so happy it wasn't just me that understood that wrong, because I
It was
genuinely
everyone.
initially thought it
Yeah.
was me. And I
Just
felt
me,
so
the
much
person who
better
said
when it
eel.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Personally, I think it's
Yeah.
majority hearing, and that we were actually eating eagle. So
Yeah. But yeah, I love y'all to bits. And welcome, Kirsten.
Yeah,
And,
indeed.
and
Yay.
Serene and Callie and K-pop and everything.
wait, how many people joined
yeah.
today?
A lot.
Yeah, she's
lot.
So
Legion
many.
1. Yes, she's Legion.
You will see.
I am
And,
Legion.
She is many.
and I will say goodnight before I stop making even more sense. So good night, all. Love
Take
you to
care.
bits.
Sleepeth
Have
well.
fun. Take care. Bye.
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 And Bastiel.
That was I really had fun with that. Serene joined us pretty so smoothly. Like, even though obviously the fact that we've all gone through so much already was an obstacle, but she kind of redirected that into a way to play her character still. It wasn't like just sit back because I don't know what's going on. It was like, I'm still Serene. I'm just a confused character now, and that's how I'll act. So I'm glad that didn't stop the show. It was great. Yeah, cool session.
Good.
A lot happened.
It did. Yeah, it was an expensive budget for the cast, I'm not gonna lie. But it was good fun. It definitely was. Yes, it's always fun trying to introduce a player that's obviously slightly out of sync with everybody else, and and I think that's the case for everybody I'll ever introduce. If there's anybody else to come into this game, it's going to be so. Hold your breath for a second. You know, close your eyes, jump off the cliff into the game, and then just see how things go.
Yeah, trustful.
It's good. Anything else, buddy?
No, all good. Good game.
Yeah, good. Crumbar.
Just fucking why? No, I liked all the portals and just all the kind of like. There was a part of me that was so tempted to not go into the Queenswood,
Mm.
and I'm be really interested to know what would happen if we didn't now.
You'd probably still be in the
Um,
forest trying to phone gods, probably.
Yeah. Kind of happy we're going back to High Rock because I'm just going to be like, Cyril, what's up, homie? Just as well, like, I feel like I can't get a straight answer as well over where the hell the GGW is. And it's like, that's all I want to do. And now, like, literally, if she hadn't said that, I probably would have taken the stone. And my idea was that me and Bastille were going to cause a breakout operation. But I don't think that might be smart. And I don't know who to trust anymore. And now there's this new person in our group who's really happy. And I'm like, okay, good. And I've given up on the fact that Donja Bell is probably just going to be like,
You lost that relationship.
I mean,
yeah.
to be fair, right, I do enjoy the fact that we're on to a... Okay, so we've asked a powerful main female character 1 a question. We've moved on to powerful main female character 2 a question. We know a third one. Let's go see her now.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed that, like the 3 power women of the game. Just Doria, the elf queen, and Cyril the blue. It's good.
Shit, that's what I should have asked the Queen. How do I make it up to? How do I make amends with Donja Bella? Shit.
Imagine that had been the thing you'd asked. That'd have been glorious.
What? Sorry.
That'd have been
Oh, no.
glorious if you'd asked that. Much like obviously Serene's, what's your favourite flower question would have been nice as well.
Yeah.
It's good.
Like
I
I
like-
said,
So tempting.
I'm still gonna try and make it up to her, but I just feel like it's a wasted goal slot now.
If you've got more important things that you think you can achieve quicker, yes, then I would say it's wasted. Only in
Yeah.
that regard. Because obviously XP farming is what the game's about, not story at all.
Mhm. Anyway, but yeah, because XP.
Yeah.
XP gets me leveled.
Anything else, buddy?
Whatever gets me 20 strength the quickest. I love you.
Excellent. Thank you. You're also loved, buddy.
By the way,
Yay!
Scott,
Mhm.
when we do divination for the golden worm, you have to ask it a specific question. So if you want to get that ready, I can literally do the spell anytime. All it costs is 25 gold. It doesn't cost me anything more than that. So whenever you want to fire off, just have the question and we'll do it.
Yeah, you could even like troubleshoot that during the week to work out what that could be. Should be handy. Regardless of that, though.
We should forget that to next week.
Yep, that's the Scott method. Riz.
Yeah, I was teleported around the world a lot.
Mhm.
Felt like we were getting some good miles under our belt.
Yep.
So it was quite fun.
Doesn't count for
it was
steps
nice.
to hatch the eggs from the Pokemon game, though, sadly.
Oh no. Yeah, like a lot happened. In terms of, it felt like the story is like flowing fast. And I
Mm.
quite like that. Like we're getting, like I like how Shan chimes in sometimes and goes like, "What are we doing, guys? Come on!" Like, I can feel it. Like I was looking at every action he did in the game, and it was like always tying back to like the general goals and
Mhm.
stuff. Which is you need to keep that in your head because you can get
Mhm.
lost in like role playing like as well. And like I'm gonna sit down and make a pigeon craft 6 days. Okay, this is strange, but and it was good having Serene just like merged in, like chill, yeah, like I know from experience when you come into this game, it's like crazy, so much like going on. Like there's no way you can possibly get it in 1, 2. How many sessions I've played,
Yeah.
still don't know what's going on. So the best thing you can do is what you were doing, where it's like you just accept that you don't know and just like act out the character that's in that situation, right? And everybody's equal in this game, like which took like as everybody's like talking so much and they know so much about the world, you feel like they have more right to speak or anything like that, or more right
Yeah.
to act. But really, it's just a game, right? You have to remind yourself and everything you say is just as much weight as everything else anyone else says. So
Mhm.
Amazing.
it's good that you were
Mhm.
doing that.
It is difficult. I do try as a GM to keep that in mind because obviously I
Yeah.
am like I try and manage who's like if people try and speak over each other, I'll try and pick the person I think should have been the one that spoke, right, based on who
Yeah.
spoke first in the scene, or if somebody had asked somebody a question, I'll try and focus on the person that was asked more than the person that spoke
Yeah.
first.
That's really good, like being a moderator, because it's like an unnatural situation. We're all like virtual, so we can't see
Mhm.
the body language which we normally pick up on. So you can be I'm too polite and I let people like talk sometimes, but like Ryan's really good and just will like say wait like or ask
Riz,
a question.
yes.
So yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So I think it's a good tactic as well.
Mostly because a lot of time you will talk about the things that are going in the world, so I do have time to sit back and just listen, which is nice.
Yeah,
It's good.
but yeah, fun session.
Not good. Yes. And Serene.
Yeah, so people fell out the sky that I was supposed to help. And then we went somewhere else completely different
Mhm.
and talked to more new people that I hadn't met. And yeah, I think from a player perspective, it was really fun. And it was, kind of, it's always a bit scary
Mhm.
coming into a new group and stuff. But everyone was really nice and kind of very welcoming, made me feel included, which is good enough. Like it was nice that people kind of asked me questions to kind of fill me in a bit, which was
Mhm.
nice. And I tried to do the same.
I say this, you got a better greeting from me than Bastille did when he joined. I just punched him in the face.
With
Oh.
a warhammer.
He missed.
Nice.
This is why the bird said careful when
Careful.
he went
Oh,
to
no.
say.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like the bird.
Yep.
That was good.
It's the first time I've ever
Nice.
had to speak as Ruya, by the way, so that was a debut.
Yeah, I must say that was an incredible thing to see.
You're welcome.
Here, play along with.
That was going to be the third time I stared at Dondrabella when Crumbar goes and shakes her hand. I was thinking, like, what's all this then?
Hmm.
Where's the fight?
I liked the other conversation in this game, sorry, that was just Dondrabella and Bastille looking at each other like, see? Yeah, see? Aye. It was good. Sorry. Serene.
I don't know what else. Same. It's good.
It's okay, yeah.
It's good. I don't know what I've got myself in for, both
Yeah.
Serene and me.
In it now.
Yeah, this is it. Yep, no take backsies. No, it was good. It is a lot to chew off. I did try and pre-warn you as much as I humanly could without just telling you about don't play the game, in fact, as opposed to telling you about the world. So, yeah, you did well.
I'm not that bad that you need to pre-warn folk, right?
So I did try my best to make the introduction as smooth as possible. Luckily, the device that is Celeste is the best thing I ever did as a writer, because it just makes that part easy. Given the roster I've been through for this game, making people care about the world is sometimes, like, if you're doing a long-term campaign and making a big group of players that change a lot, like, it's difficult to get them on board with the same concern, like, say, Crumbar and Arya have for, like, the world from the beginning. They've got this kind of almost attachment to it versus other people that come in with a lot less information or, experience in it. It can be difficult to say, here's why you care about the world, without just saying, well, this person's willing to give you something as long as you're willing to help their agenda.
Yeah.
What I really like about the whole Celeste aspect is it's like you hear that name and you're like,
That's the password to
It's
the
like-
super secret club.
it's like a code word of, oh, right. It's like it's
Mhm.
not something that anyone else would really be able to know. Which would kind of be a... No, I'm not giving you that idea. Fuck you.
I honestly don't need more. Please take more of my ideas away. I need less of them. No, I'm glad you had fun in the first of at least maybe only 25 sessions to come. And to give you an idea, I think Riz, you joined in session 60. I think 60 or 61.
I think it's
Okay.
74.
Was it as late as that?
No, sorry, you're right. 61. 61 was the first session.
Because I was gonna say, so that's about like what is that, 14 you've been in?
Yeah.
So that's like
Old Earth man.
yeah, so that's like 14, minimum of 14 weeks. Never mind the ones we've missed, which is about like 3 or 4 weeks we've missed. So yeah, you've been with us for quite a while now. Obviously Bastel's been with us since like session 41 or something, I think, as well. Ish. So yeah, a lot has happened since some games don't even get that much, sadly. But yes, it was a fun session for me to run. I'm glad we picked up on the cliffhanger we had before winter break, because obviously everybody got to fall in love a bit more with Justoria to watch her be stabbed. So that was very heartbreaking. And yeah,
Twice.
yeah, right. And and then obviously it's always nice to see the Elf Queen again, because I love it when you just go, right, this person that we know is the most cryptic in the world, we'll ask her the most interesting questions. And then you meet somebody else and people goes, no, we don't want to ask them anything, it's fine. You know, people that might just say the answer. I love that. It's my favourite thing about the group, because but maybe one day she will give us a straight answer, and she gave Serene one, which was nice.
Did.
Yeah. So,
No, we learned one of the main thing I was after. So.
yeah. And
Good.
it was almost hard, like saying, it seems like Celeste has put you with the right person, or the right people. It was kind of her way of
Yeah.
saying that without actually saying it, because, yeah, they have a lot of experience with hellholes and the abyssal breach and all that stuff that seems to be bugging your people. So yeah, it was a good synchronicity.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear the whole thing with that.
That'll be good. That'll be good. But yes, thank you all for playing. We are way over on time, so we will wrap this up now. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.